That's for high level people. High level people, pretty much, that's what they have to do. It sucks. So, yeah, my high level group never has time to do anything like relaxing or fun at all. They're constantly at the beck and call of the gods. It is a thankless, horrible existence. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but they get to do crazy cool stuff. So maybe that balances it out.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so when we last left off, you guys were in the sea caves beneath the house that crawls, and you were making preparations to potentially do a follow up contract for the Saltmarsh Loyalists faction of town. They want these smugglers dealt with and dealt with permanently. Seeing this as an opportunity to perhaps take their ship for yourselves, it's sort of a win-win situation. So you have been prepping and planning all week for this opportunity. So yeah, what is the next move?
What do you all think about Skull's plan? It seems reasonable, but we obviously could do something different for a little while.
Real quick, can we retcon? Because we had talked about splitting up and sharing the gold to try and find Thogrim that pearl so we can identify this shit. Can we do that?
Yeah.
From the town.
Again, I told you guys that you could sort of retcon town stuff if you needed to. I will say this: there is a powerful Wizrobe in town. He has his finger on the pulse of all Wizroby stuff that goes on in town. So, while you could certainly purchase a pearl worth 100 gold, it will not go unnoticed by this individual. That obviously has no bearing on you guys whatsoever. But I do feel like I need to sort of throw that little nugget out there for you. So that being said, if you have the 100 gold, you can feel free to mark it off, and you now have a 100 GP pearl suitable for casting the Identify spell.
Everyone's cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, was it 20 gold each?
Much, yeah. And then I'm giving 40 because 20 is from Toothless.
Yes, so one person does.
Okay.
Where did the 66 gold come from? Was that part of
66 gold was all the mundane equipment that we sold that we didn't roleplay it because we didn't have to.
Okay. So
Yeah, I try to limit
that.
I try to limit magical shopping to like significant items or things like that. So
okay, I go with my 20 gold as well.
Sometimes it's good to get the flavor of the setting established and stuff, but after a little while, you could fantasy shop anywhere, kind of deal.
I'm also gonna buy a healer skin for 5 gold.
All right, it's a smart purchase to have. Just buying the one healing kit.
I thought Skull bought one for all of us.
Post up any transactions in your treasure channel. So keeping in mind that for gameplay expediency, you can essentially buy standard player's handbook stuff at the various shops, sundries, marketplaces, farmers market, etc. in town. So anything that is standard equipment, like to say it's not magical in nature, you can pick up normally. Just post into treasure chat, while I was in town I spent this much money and I bought these items. That's the only real bookkeeping we need on that. As far as selling things go, anything that is standard you can sell for half of its initial value. And I think we've already talked about
Yeah,
that it takes into account like mending and repairing and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you can come in and sell it at half of its listed value. Now, something I do want to bring up is the buying and selling of magical items. Anything more complex than like a healing potion or an anti-venom generally requires some downtime. So it takes about a week to inquire about finding particular magic items. It takes about a week to find a buyer for magical items. This kind of stuff can be circumvented if you run into somebody who's like, yo, I've got this magic item, you want to buy it? B, oh, hey, you have that magic item, I'd like to buy it. Or C, you have located a broker, which is essentially a person whose entire job is buying and selling magical items. That can speed up the process. Or if you're willing to pay them essentially like a broker's fee, they can track down items you're looking for and basically charge you like a finder's fee so that you don't have to spend downtime doing it. You can keep adventuring and all that kind of stuff. And same deal, they can find you a seller and all that. So just kind of explaining all that if I hadn't already, because it's been coming up in some of my other games. So there you go. All right. So you've already sailed back to the house that crawls. You're formulating a plan. Sounds like there's a couple of second thoughts, but that's natural. So what do you want to do? Where do you want to go? What is your next move?
Skull, we just want to go with Skull's plan, and you just want to brief it, and we can start by settling whatever affairs, and then maybe posting a watch.
That sounds good to me. Skull.
Okay. Well, there was some him-hawing about using Spencer as a potential bait. Are we still okay with that, or no? Do we want to keep him in the water? But I want him on the boat because so he can be, he can attack people. I have no problem with when I get up there, I can try and toss people off the boat for him to eat. That's totally plausible. If you want to do that, and then most of us can hide under the tarp on the boat.
Yeah,
I can cast invisibility on someone too, so it could be him or.
Yeah, and I do think we'll want at least a couple of us kind of going around behind the back of the ship and trying to climb up.
Yeah, I think that's the best call. Someone goes around the back, and then like we yell like, "Oh my God, what's that giant spider?" And everyone turns around. And
yeah, I was sort of part of it was me and Toothless going under the ship and guarding out the other side. He can turn into a spider if he wants, and I'm pretty good at climbing. I could also retcon buying a grappling hook. I don't know how that'll help. In my plan, I kind of sort of put Tari on the spot. If she doesn't want to be the hobgoblin, she doesn't have to. What are you thinking, Tari?
I can be the hobgoblin. I mean, she just sits there and looks menacing, right?
Well, the reason I had you as doing that was if the captain asks about the whale at all, you could tell a story and you could use your special power, the new thing you just got for hitting level 3, to try and get some of them on our side, and that'll help us kind of mitigate the oncoming attacks that we'll be getting.
The only thing is, I think if I use that and then we're attacking their mates, I think it might nullify that effect if it were. So I was kind of hoping to save that one for when there were fewer. Max I can get is 3 of them. It's not like it's not a ton. So
isn't that ability special in that they don't realize you're doing it? It's kind of invisible. It's kind of part of you telling a story about something.
Yeah.
So if I don't think you can do that in combat once we started fighting. I don't think it'll be, because you have to spend like a minute doing it. As far as what I remember looking at the ability myself.
Yeah, that's true.
So we might only get that one chance to use it. That's why I kind of put that at the forefront as part of the plan.
And if anything, we can use it to get into place, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Let's give it a try.
if anybody's invisible and gives
So
time for-
Haxel is going to be Samblanet, and Tari is going to be quote unquote female hobgoblin.
Aye.
Okay.
And do Spencer on the ship or not? I'm asking the group if they, because on the boat or in the water.
I think that's up to Illyria.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
I want Spencer on the ship, but I just don't want to offer him up.
Well, as soon as we get on the ship, we're going at it. So we offer him up. They move to do that thing, and then we're like, and then we attack them. Kind of how I envision it happening once we're on the ship with him, if they haul us up.
Yeah. So does that get all of us on the boat if?
Yeah, because I imagine.
So-
So my plan was we put Spencer, Thogrim, and Illyria under the tarp on the ship with Tari, and then Samblanet quotation marks. Then, how far is it to the Kraken's Teeth from shore? That's another part I want to kind of gauge.
They are within sight of the cave, so you don't necessarily need a spyglass or anything like that. Keep in mind that at night, when you are, the only light in the darkness, it kind of stands out. So the hooded lantern, by its very nature, is only going to be aimed in a single direction kind of deal. So they have like a shutter on it or whatever. So they would aim it at the Kraken's teeth specifically, so that it just they're not just like a lighthouse kind of thing. They're just trying to get that light out to the one place out in the ocean where they know someone might respond to them.
I kind of wonder if we want Spencer under the tarp, or if he should just kind of.
Oh yeah,
be,
no,
up on the boat.
No, he'd be under the
I
tarp.
think up on the boat.
'Cause we
Okay.
Well, but then if we're under the tarp with him,
Yeah.
and then you lift it, then you'll see us.
Oh.
Yeah.
So if he's above the tarp, we hide underneath it, and Spencer doesn't need to be hidden if he's going to be.
Well, I imagine this is like, Samblanet reveals the tarp. We got this. You can sell it for lots of money, and we keep talking about money, so because they're pirates, and they'll get distracted by that. Hopefully. But
then they can see us if they lift the tarp.
Yeah, we'll just have to be careful they can't see the other people.
Well, lift the tarp a little, but you don't have to you don't have the dining room table take the whole tablecloth off, or
I think we can honestly do it both ways. Either Spencer's not on the tarp and we do it, or we put Spencer under the tarp, and then when we lift it up, like you tell him, like, oh, I found this orca hound, and da-da-da-da. Here it is right here. Surprise! And we get it going.
You're sweetening the deal, and they can,
Yeah, I mean, I think it only.
I'm just looking forward and plotting out all the checks that Crash is going to make us make. One is going to be some kind of animal handling check to keep Spencer calm. The other one's going to be the deception check to get us on the ship with Haxel. Hope you have advantage. Do you have a DM inspiration? Because that's going to be the most important part.
I do.
Can you inspire yourself too, or is that not yet?
Bards only inspire others. They can't use DM inspiration on themselves. I think there's one particular bard that can. But I know it's not the lore bard.
Well, Tari could do it, but we also want those.
Yeah, they could inspire each other for sure.
Yeah, we want those super nice hit points though. Their other ability. Yeah, it's stressful. Go ahead.
I mean, I think we'll be okay. The one thing, I wouldn't kind of like come out to the boat and be like trying to impress them. Like in theory, they know who we are. So
yeah.
I don't think we need to like do too much to try and like ingratiate ourselves. Hopefully, so I don't think we need to like offer Spencer or kind of like other stuff like that. I would just be like, here we are. We found this awesome whale hound. Let's smuggle some goods.
Yeah. Well, their whole thing is the Samblanet takes the goods from them. So he brings the ship out there, probably a helper, not too many, so they could haul as much illicit goods as possible onto the ship to take it back to smuggle it. So they would expect it to be empty most of the time. So the captain's probably going to be suspicious of that and say, what's that? What's that big tarp? It's your bolt's chocked full of stuff. What is it? And then the whale hound, offer it. You don't have to offer it, or whatever. But then we need to get the hound off the ship into their ship. or they would want to, so they can put as much more junk in there so they can make more money.
That makes sense. I think we tell them that we found a whale hound
Yeah.
and it might be useful for.
This is
future
a creature that Illyrius told us is like, it's not from around here. They're very rare. They're only from the Sea of Moving Ice.
operations.
Near the spine of the world. Yeah, any other ideas?
No, I mean, I like it. I think realistically, the hard part's getting on the boat. Once we get on the boat, then, no plan survives contact with the enemy.
Exactly. I think we have a good plan. Let's go play with some bandits.
Now these two are going to be under tarp.
Oh wow, Turi, that's an amazing disguise.
Right.
Pretty in character. Wow.
Thanks.
So who is doing swimmy stuff?
That'd be
just Toothless by himself?
No, me and Toothless.
Okay.
And Buddy.
Oh, of course.
Oh, Buddy.
Okay.
Also, we're gonna have some time here if we have, because we still have to stake. We have to basically stake out until we get the signal. Can we have Thogrim identify some of these items we found while that's happening?
Yeah, while you're waiting.
Yeah,
sure. According to the calendar clock, we ended around 8 p.m. So depending on whether they even come tonight or not, yeah, you may have some time, you may not. We'll see. All right. Okay. So what items are you trying to identify?
So the Broken Thieves tools. We imagine the thin spell book is definitely this one we found in the alchemist lab. We have the 2 unlabeled potions. We have another mysterious potion we found somewhere in the house. We have the ornate key. I wanted to see if that was magical or if not, because we found a key inside the house, but we never found out where it went. And the philosopher's book, which I guess you kind of already told us was magic. We just have to read it for 8 hours and make a check. I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. Let's see. Have you ordered food at a restaurant that fast before? Because like that was a little rough.
Sorry?
But I'm trying my best. Hold on. Let's see. In the cellar. Here we go. You found a thin book. All right. Let's see.
It was hidden inside the desk. Breeze Detect Magic found it.
Gotcha. Yes. Okay. It is like the saddest spellbook ever. But I'll post it up. Let's see. I'll post it into treasure. All right, it has 4 whole spells in it. So it is Dancing Lights, which I think is a cantrip.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why that's in the spell book, but that's what the adventure says. So I will honor it. Yeah. Comprehend Languages, Tensor's Floating Disc, and Shatter. Tensor's Floating Disc is and Comprehend Languages are 2 ritual spells. So that's definitely nice. And Shatter is always a good spell. What else was the next item was you had potions that you need to identify?
The 2 unlabeled potion. They were also in the same.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, they are 2 potions of Liquid Wild Surge.
Okay.
There was also this potion is randomly determined.
Okay.
What is that? What does that even mean?
Anything.
The result of this potion is randomly determined. Yeah.
So it's like wild magic.
If you wanted a more mathematical answer, one of 10,000 things could happen.
That is
Oh boy.
Cool. All right.
Okay, I'll put those back in the
pack. And then let's see. The potion you found upstairs was a healing potion. Any other items?
We found 2 healing potions on the first floor of the house. I'm muted?
Right.
Yeah, there was a
You're muted.
me.
No, I'm talking to Steph. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry.
Stop talking. You're muted.
Because she keeps trying to talk in.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we found 2 healing potions. One was used to heal Illyria in the snake fight, and then we found another potion. I took the other healing potion. There was another mysterious potion. Thogrim found it. He said it seems gross. He said it was possibly poison. Those are the notes we put on it.
That one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that is because it is poison.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to figure out which poison it is. Oh yeah. Okay. Sweet. The potion is a poison called Malice. It is an inhaled potion that causes blindness.
That might be useful.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
For 24 hours.
Oh my god.
Yikes.
It's also got a street value, according to Haxel, of 250 gold.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's pretty good.
One use or 250 gold. Having a smuggler in the party, pretty cool. All right. Anything else that you need identified?
There was a key we found, and a strange ornate key, and then the philosopher's book that we.
The strange ornate key. That is an interesting item. So the strange ornate key. In a perfect world, I have like a personal assistant that gets all of the Roll20 assets actually done up into like cool like Photoshop quality stuff. But there's so many small trinkets in the game, it would just take forever. So the strange ornate key, it can. It can open one lock of DC 20 or less, and then never open another lock again. So it is a consumable.
That's cool.
Oh, awesome.
And finally, your bent thieves tools.
Yeah, and then the.
Your bent thieves tools. They are enchanted to appear broken and useless.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If someone found them on me, maybe that'd be useful. All right, like a trinket then. Okay.
Yeah. Keep in mind that a lot of times, people learning to make magic items don't get it right, and a lot of the weird trinkets that you find in the world are sort of the cast-offs, the bargain bin mishaps that it was like. The island of misfit toys, essentially, of magic items, is a lot of the trinkets that you find in the world. There was a guy in my Friday group that found a nougat that never dissolves and has a different flavor every day. It provides no nutritional value. It does nothing, but he thinks it's amazing, and I guess that's all that matters. But yeah, I like trinkets. Trinkets are weird.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, that's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
Last thing, and this is totally out of character. Do we want to identify Buddy?
Ooh, I think that had been discussed numerous times as one of the things you guys wanted to do when you had it. But I also think, if I'm recalling correctly, and I'm keeping track of five realities, 6 if you count the one with a player in, and then 30 player characters and about 500 NPCs. But I think Thogrim said he'd rather not identify him because he doesn't want the answer. Was that correct, or am I projecting there?
I don't know.
Thought he wanted to take him to
Well,
a place.
Ida said that thing's definitely cursed. You should take it to the temple.
Yeah,
That's what I
it's a
remember.
good-
And we didn't have identify at that point, so I think the Ogrim had said, I don't want to identify.
Oh no. I think I was talking about if I wanted to make him like a set of armor or something like that.
Oh, okay. But do you want to identify him? and finally put it to
No.
rest?
Does
Or
Buddy want to identify him?
This is the problem.
So
I mean, Toothless.
That's why I said
so
out
I
of
think the bigger
character.
problem is Toothless will not allow Buddy to be identified.
oh,
Yeah, this is the problem. That's why I said-
I like that from an RP standpoint. Yeah, I could see that. Like Calvin and Hobbes situation. Like, I don't need you to tell me if Hobbes is real or
That's why I
not.
said it out of character. Like
he's my buddy.
I would just sit there, like, as I'm like going
Special
through all these
buddy.
things, you know, like looking at them, identifying them and stuff like that. And then I'm like, man, I'm all out of things to identify. I wonder if there's anything else I could identify for the party, and just like stare at Toothless.
Now,
like,
I will say that Tari busts out that detect magic all the time, and I will say that during that time, Buddy has not had a magical aura.
Mm.
Now, that being said, your resident nerd, lore bard, would know that there is a magical spell called Nistil's Aura, I want to say, that can make or fake a magical aura. And there are accounts of a similar type of spell or ritual that can dampen magical auras. So it's a long shot, but he could be magical. Also, keep in mind that magical creatures don't always necessarily radiate magic, right? Like some of you are more magical than others, like Dragonborn and things like that. You guys don't radiate magic. So if Buddy is some sort of creature posing as a doll, he certainly wouldn't radiate magic, nor would he be identifiable. So all interesting things to think about to keep yourselves up at night.
Yep.
Aw.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
He told us. He did told us to go to the temple, but we're not going to
So-
already here.
Yeah, one of the worst things I think I've ever done as a dad was my daughter and I were walking our dog, and he was still a puppy at the time, and he got away in the woods, and there was like a terrible cry from out in the woods, and we were like, oh my god, he's dead. Like he fell in a pit, he like got hit by a hunter or whatever. Well, you know, I'm running through the woods, Blair Witch Project style kind of thing, and like I find him and I bring him back, and like one day out of nowhere, because like I play way too much D&D, I was like, sometimes I wonder if that one time that Inky got away in the woods, and I went and found him,
Wow.
like whatever was in the woods like ate Inky and like turned into Inky, and like Inky's like this monster that lives in our house now. And she's like, Dad, why would you say that? I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
Alright, that's awesome.
I don't
So,
know.
yeah.
You play too much D&D, you start to lose your grip, I guess, on reality.
Okay.
All right. Let me pile these babies into the boat,
Yeah.
and I take you to the next map. Oh wait, we have to see if a ship shows up. Toothless with a passive perception of 20. I believe you were nominated for this job.
Aye.
Okay. So you sit by the entrance to the cave, enjoying the closeness to the water. Little crabos, they kind of just make their business here and there. Apparently, these crabs are pretty well fed, so they kind of hang out in this area. But after the scare you gave them, they not really interested. But as you and Buddy look out to sea, around 1 a.m, you do in fact see a flicker of light.
The ship comes.
What sort of flicker of light is it?
The flicker of light asks, "Is it safe?" That is the what they are asking.
Let's tell them it's safe.
Okay, so short, long.
Okay. There is some hesitation. And after a few moments, they flash the head on over message. So
There we go. All right, let's do this. All right.
Yes. Nice knowing everyone. As a wise man once said, let's go out there.
alrighty, let's go out there. All right, so grab all these peeps. Oh, almost forgot. There we go. All right. Whew. So let's see. Where's this map at? I think it's all the way over there.
It's like way down the map line because you're not supposed to do it right now.
Yeah, why is this in the level 12
no.
section? That's so weird. All right. And I guess I will drop a night filter on real quick. So since it's nighttime. Yeah. Any map could be a nighttime map when you add a night filter. Or it just turns into a purple map. I don't know. I feel like it's still more exciting than just being like, this totally daytime map is a nighttime map. Let's see. Wish there was a faster way to apply it. Done. Okay. Alrighty. Let's put you right here. And let's see. Man, it's exciting stuff. Gonna just BS your way onto the ship. No problem, no problem.
So think about playing a monk.
Monk is pretty cool.
I haven't played a
lot of
caster
people are-
yet, so
Yeah, you could all just play wizards.
Separate-
We got two wizards now in the Sun group. Boy, that's fun. Boy, howdy.
Good.
If we made new characters, they start at 3 or 1.
They'd start at 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not Iron Man in this thing.
Just
Yeah.
in case. We're
Our friends and I
definitely
used to run a West March server that was Iron Man, and yeah, you could have like a level 10 character and die. You had to start back at level 1, and it was a wild time, to be sure. All right, let me move you guys over. Okay, this music's suitably kind of creepy, but I don't know. Let me see if I can find something else. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, the ship is up ahead. Toothless. You and Skull are going. At what point are you going to swim in the deep, wide ocean without your allies? Also, these giant ass rocks are here. Just they jab high into the sky. You guys saw the picture of the area, so. Haxel and anyone else who has a history of being on a boat, you know that it is no easy task to sail a ship through this area.
Can people look at the map? I can only see this one section.
It's like
Oh yeah, because it's a little dark outside. That's right.
there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. I guess I could throw a moon on here for some.
No, it's
Yeah.
good. No, I just couldn't scroll for some reason.
Okay.
and I think I departed about 100 yards from the ship.
yeah,
oh,
we got 100 yards, 300 feet.
I believe it
Yeah.
is canon that we're only a few days out from the full moon. I think we established that a session or two ago.
Yeah.
We passed
Yeah.
Jellin.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah, this would be-
Okay, so yeah, let me get
We'll
you
be
some ambient
We'll be back
moonlight.
right in time when he turns.
All right.
Oh, it's reflected in the water
that's-
too.
that's
Wow. My
Yeah,
immersion.
realistic effects. So, or just move it to the. Yeah,
It's
it's
very
fine.
pretty. It's very nice looking. It's very
All
pretty.
right. Cool. So there is big old rocks. These rocks jut all the way to I don't know, world height. What is it? 255 blocks, something like that. And let's see. You could climb on these rocks if you wanted to. There are ledges like they kind of are stepped as they make their way up. Because y'all are in two separate parties, are you two just like literally like clinging to the bottom of the boat
Yeah,
as it approaches?
I feel like that.
Okay.
And then like we'd let go when we feel confident that we could swim.
Yeah,
Alright.
That's why I'd asked
I
the
agree.
question about how far the Krasnodar is away from shore. Like, Like it's like too far to
I
swim,
gotcha, I
right?
gotcha. Oh yeah, it is not only too far,
Exhaustion.
but it is very dangerous. In a game like Dungeons and Dragons, a place like the Kraken's Teeth is an amazing place for creatures to live, because all manner of stuff is going to be growing on these stones, and therefore, like, smaller fish are going to feed on the stuff that's growing on the stones, which gives like the bigger fish something to eat, which gets the monstrous fish something to eat. Circle of life, Zoela, Babadi Babadoo, that kind of thing. So yeah, basically like a more dangerous coral reef situation with all these stones jutting up from the sea. So not to mention, there's probably some caves, underwater caves and stuff. This would be a very dangerous place to be swimming alone.
Yeah, so we're going to go together. And Triad, we talked
Definitely
about
glad
maybe,
I'm not doing that. Oof.
we talked about maybe you casting invisibility on one of us, because I feel like
Yeah, I can do that.
we're probably gonna have to stealth, so we don't have any surprises from the water, and so that the ship doesn't see us. Hopefully.
Yeah,
if you wanna cast it on Skull, I think Toothless would feel pretty comfortable swimming along these waters, even though he might get eaten.
All right. So since you guys are, they're friends, and they're here to get cargo and unload cargo, I will put most of them will be up and about and wanting to help out and do stuff.
Better to know what we're working with, I suppose. So I do cast invisibility on Skull.
Okay.
Skull, where'd he go? Shit, he was here.
Insert
Just a second ago.
insert predator noise goes into the water. Okay.
Somebody else found this ability, right?
Oh, both of you have it? Okay, well, yeah. I think we're probably okay. Invisibility is for advantage on the stealth check, really. Now's the time to buff up. So you got Disguise Self going as we're approaching.
Yeah.
I was going to hold on to Mantle of Inspiration because you get to move without provoking opportunity attacks. So I was just gonna.
Oh yeah, that'll be great to position
hold
us.
on to that for an opportune moment.
Yeah.
But all right. Hey, good luck to us all. Try not to die.
Well, yeah, we'll either die
Pro
or
tips. Alrighty.
So let's.
I think you guys will do fine. Fine.
Yeah, what's the worst that could happen, right?
Yeah. Just use the save point before you left the sea caves. So yeah, everything should be good. All right. So those of you who are in the water under the boat, go ahead and give me stealth checks with advantage as you approach.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
What kind of inspiration?
Sorry, I had DM, but I probably should have said I was gonna use. So yeah, 13 I guess is my highest.
Okay.
Just dive deep.
Yeah, well, you already had advantage, so you didn't need to use DM inspiration. Because you're hidden under the boat. So yeah, you got a 13. Skull got a 23. It's pretty good. So hopefully nobody notices the big gator that has been hidden under the boat. Yeah. So as you approach the boat, you see a number of figures on board. There is a diesel-ass looking dwarf. This dwarf wears no armor. He is covered in scars and runes. The runes are branded into his flesh. His beard is braided as in the miniature. He has many hand axes strapped to his person.
And Crash, I apologize, but I think Skull and I wanted to kind of be around like at the back side of the boat if we can get over there.
Sure, yeah. Move your mini to the back side of the boat.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. So you guys are gonna dip and swim under the boat as are you guys swimming deep down to go to the other side of the boat? Is that the plan? Or were you going to use the ship as your cover until you got there, and then, or sorry, the jolly ship as your cover and then dip underneath?
Yeah.
I think that, yeah.
That'll be the best scenario.
Interesting. All right. Okay. So, up here in the crow's nest, you saw as you were arriving, there is an individual keeping watch.
Can she see over those things?
So what things are we talking about? Her stylish haircut, or what? Her earrings?
Her personality.
Crow's nest.
It's her bubbling personality. It's just
her
so bubbling.
Adorable half-elf ears. I'm not sure what we're talking about in this picture. I just described this extremely sexy naked man. I didn't hear any comments. Feeling a little sexism tonight. All right. Then we got this jabrones over here. Maybe he's a water Genasi, Genasi. Maybe he dyes his hair. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. You got this half-orc guy here. It's always worth mentioning when someone's a half-orc. There's the dude right here, looking pretty dapper. Guy over here. And then there's the actual Yuanti, who is apparently the captain. So, she is wearing a long coat. And if you didn't know any better, you would say the long coat is moving a lot more than the wind would say, or in a way that is not consistent with how wind would move it. It almost kind of squirms. It's got a very venom symbiote kind of thing going with this long coat. All right. So she calls over. There's a like glowing red ember of a cigarette in her mouth. She calls over to the dwarf and she says, "That's Samblanet, right? Is that who's at this stop?" And the dwarf kind of grumbles back at her. And she says, "Who's that with him? Is that, has he got hobgoblins working for him now?" And the dwarf just kind of like, And she's like, "All right." She walks up to the side of the ship and she calls down to you. "Samblanet, what do you got there? There's a tarp over this thing, right?"
Yeah.
Okay, so you got like a sandwich going on, right? Because you've got them on the very bottom with a tarp, and then you've put like this, I don't know, 500-pound whale on top of them, and then you've put some mayonnaise.
I thought it was only 250.
And then you've put lettuce, tomato, bacon, and then another tarp on top of him. So it's double tarping it, right?
I thought they were sort of like on the other side of the tarp so that we could like pull the tarp halfway back to show like
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
and they would be like not squished beneath.
Oh, that makes more sense. Okay. I kind of thought you guys were double tarping it. That's fine too, though.
I mean, the sandwich sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Rubbery and
well,
very
I don't want to upset anyone, but I heard whale was pretty tasty. Anyways, back to the game. All right. So, yeah, she says, "What do you got for me? We're usually the ones bringing stuff to you, but you got me curious. You took my offer seriously then? You're looking to get into slaving?"
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna sell some people.
Ah. All right.
And I'll say, well, it's slaving of a slightly different sort. And I'll pull back the corner of the tarp a little so that she can see. And I'll say that, like, we found this fantastical beast. We found this fantastical beast. It's pretty dope.
She kind of screws up her face a little bit.
It's
and she's
fucking
like,
huge. You're never gonna believe your eyes. I've never seen one
Okay.
of these things.
So I'm going to say that her surprise at seeing such an unusual creature is definitely going to distract her from your very eloquent, very good at common hobgoblin. So go ahead and give me a deception check with advantage. With advantage.
Can I?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. And she kind of gets a smile on her face, and she says, it's good to see a female mercenary who isn't an idiot or a whore. Nice.
Agreed.
That's pretty nice.
See.
She kind of looks at it. What is it?
It's fucking huge.
She turns and she says, didn't you maggots know what that is? And some of them kind of approach the side, peer over.
And I'll start telling them that so we were walking along the beach last night, right? And we were like kind of drunk, you know, like you do, down in Saltmarsh. And this thing came up on the beach, and this woman like walked up to it, and then it like started licking her, and then they chased this fish cart down the entire city like block, and this man was like running away from this like and its blubber was like all rolling, and it was like
yeah, I don't care.
okay.
This guy says, I know what this is. They call it a whale hound. It is extremely rare from the furthest north of this region. And she kind of raises an eyebrow, moves her cigarette from one side of her mouth to the other, kind of puffs out some smoke. That sounds pretty valuable. All right, she's going to make a perception check. Yeah, anything else in the boat?
I mean,
Nope,
there's-
already for on mode.
All right. Because things are going so well, Haxel, give me a deception with advantage. All right. She says, all right, bring the boat alongside. We're going to have to haul it up. Don't want to spook whatever the hell that thing is. It doesn't try to escape or anything?
No, it's really friendly. I actually composed this poem about it, and I'll try to stretch this poem out to exactly 1 minute long.
You wrote a poem about it?
Last night, we found this beast. Menacing? Not in the least. He'll kill you with snuggles, but watch how he juggles. Thousands of fish for a fancy feast. And I will try to enthrall her with my seductive fey magic.
All right.
I'm gonna pick, like, the three that I can see.
Okay, so you're gonna pick the blue hair, the Chilton, and the green hair. I think I almost heard a meta pigeon. I could just scarcely hear a meta pigeon, but maybe
not
that was my
tonight.
imagination. Okay.
What is a meta pigeon?
Oh, it's something that started on Critical Role. It's basically when your character's not there, but you're like shouting out like advice and stuff to the people that are there. They started calling it the meta pigeon. Yeah.
I heard a meta pigeon, and it said those three.
Yeah. All right. So they start hauling you up. You have definitely been bothering them with your stories for a minute. Not all performances need to be consensual. What is the DC to resist this? I believe it's equal to your spell DC.
Yeah. I think it's a 13. Let me just double check.
Link it in chat.
Okay.
13, yeah.
All right. So here we go. These are wisdom saving throws.
Wisdom saving throws, yeah.
Who's that?
Ooh, Captain Sigma not impressed. Let's see these other jabrones. Let's see. That would kind of make sense because she is actively trying to drown out your story and your poem. Not because it's not good, but because she absolutely has no taste for anything like that at all. So, which is weird because you want to make amazing bards stat wise, but as like a people, they're just very like, like take her or leave it on that kind of stuff. All right, so other pirates. Here we go. Voodoo and Phantasm. That's their pirate names. I don't. Voodoo. Yeah,
No.
Voodoo and Phantasm think that your story is amazing, and your
I
poem.
bow to them.
Yeah. They kind of nod and they're like, yeah, Phantasm's like, wow, that was great. That was. Can you write a poem about me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Are those peacock feathers in your hair?
No, it's dyed to look like peacock feathers though. Thanks for noticing. All right, so Voodoo and Foxy, that's this guy's name. I mean, they have real names. This guy's Walworth Foxy Richmond, but he goes by Foxy. He comes up and they start taking Spencer onto the ship. I will say at this point that the lookout is very distracted by what is going on down there. This would probably be your only chance if you're going to try and climb the side of the boat to climb it unnoticed.
Yeah.
That being said, if you have another plan for boarding the ship or plans for business down in the water, please let me know.
I think I'll change into a giant spider at this point and stealthily clamber up the deck.
All right, hold on just a second. Let me grab a giant spider real quick from my monster manual.
Yeah, thanks, Crash.
They're charmed by her.
Okay, so don't attack them.
Yeah.
Which are the two?
Well, yeah. We went over, like, would, in the planning, we would have gone over tactics and what our spells do. Yeah, so, yeah, don't attack them.
What are the two?
You were together in the house from 8 until 1 in the morning.
Yeah.
So, assuming you guys didn't just play a bunch of games of Uno, I would assume that you took a short rest, and then you also tried to take care of some biz as far as planning and things like that go. All right, so giant spider. There we go. Ooh, it's an ugly mini.
It is. In Skull, you're more than welcome to ride me if you want to.
So that's the question. Is that even possible? He's going sideways. I could probably hang on to him.
Hold on. I got to give him control of the sheet, and this has been coming up a lot in my games lately. So I just have the tab for strength, just like open all the time now in the player's handbook, because we have an Arakara this morning that was like, I'm gonna carry this stuff, and we're like, "What's your strength?" He's like, 8. Yeah,
you can
we're
carry
like, you could barely carry yourself. So yeah. So let's see. You are more than a quadruped, and you are large. So yeah, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to carry quite a bit of stuff because your carrying capacity is 15 times your strength in your spider form, and then because you are big and quadruped plus. That would double and then double again that number.
Yeah, spiders are pretty strong.
For you, that's not going to be a problem at all, Toothless, to carry him. For him, he's an exceptional grappler, so it will be very easy for him to stay grappled to you. So really, it's just a match made in heaven.
Love it first.
Nice.
Yep. What's up?
Can I cutting words? Can I choose the cutting word that I want cutting words on? Like if I want cutting words, the lookout's perception while they're trying to sneak up the side, can I just call it to do that and shoot?
Cutting words is not a subtle thing. Not a lot of things that bards do are subtle. The thing that Tari just did is so subtle that it specifically tells you how freaking subtle it is in the description of it. But like cutting words is basically like you shouting like no, to like people that are doing stuff. So You could doll it up, of course, but everyone will acknowledge and know that you have yelled something specifically at the lookout. So I guess I will hit the badminton birdie back to you. What would you say to her to cut her word, with your cutting words? Again, you guys are getting into your characters now. We're on like session 8 here, so I'm going to start wanting a little bit more out of your actions and abilities, and less of the video gamey. I hit this button and the attack happens. Like I'm here for some role play and verisimilitude as well. So, how do you cutting words the lookout to kind of mess with her without giving away the whole flippin' plan?
Nothing. Climbing up.
Nice tits.
All right, so you remember, like the mast is high, the crow's nest is high up, so you shout up to her, "Nice tits," and yeah, okay, that will count as some cutting words. So go ahead and give me a cutting words check to decrease her perception.
Okay, I think it's a deuce.
I think you just chuck out a D6 for me, is where you're currently at.
Yeah, it's just...
All right. Yeah, she looks down at you, and she looks down at herself, and she says, "Hey, you fucking right." And yeah, she's definitely not paying attention to the other side of the boat. Oh, here, let's drag a spider out. Bloop. There we go.
Holy
Oh my
crap.
Yeah. All right, and then we'll just, so that we don't accidentally delete a toothless. Toothless, you could just kind of hang off. Your other form can hang out over there.
As long as Buddy gets to ride along, we're good.
Okay.
Buddy's excited. Yeah.
Yeah, so I play this game Kingdom Death. Well, I don't play it much anymore, but I used to play the hell out of it. And it's a horror type game a little bit. And I was thinking, like, wouldn't it be super messed up if when you beast changed, you just had like Buddy's like face showing? That's so like you're a spider, and then like above your 8 eyes, there's just like this porcelain doll face.
Oh, I want the art. Right.
Yeah,
that would be. I'll get right on it.
That is fantastic.
Well, I mean, to give you an idea of what gave me the inspiration for it, I'll send you a picture of the spider monster from Kingdom Death.
We'll just have the whole compilation of messed up photoshops that I make. Just give them to the Sun group and say,
that right there is called the Spidicules.
Oh God.
Yeah, it has like this weird like bobber on the front of its head that has like a person on it, and it's really it's messed up. So it's a messed up game. Anyways.
Yeah, I'll at least kind of like start kind of climbing up the side, trying to be stealthy, and then if Skull is riding me, kind of giving him a good place to kind of attack anything that we might see.
All right, sounds good. All right, it is about to hit the fan then, y'all. Yeah. So Spencer's on deck. They are moving Spencer towards the stairs down, which are located sorry, Dallin the hero, Thorn, there we go, where that pink arrow is, those are the stairs below deck. You could also get below deck if you smash your way through this wooden grate right here, because that would also go down below deck. But yeah, they're leading Spencer this way, and Spencer, to his credit, he's just so friendly, so he's just like honking and he's like, yeah, these are good people, and I'm going to I'm going to make more friends and all that stuff. it is alarming to you, Illyria, that he isn't more reluctant to go with these people. It is like having an overly friendly toddler.
He's a golden retriever.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Like, who are you? I'll go with you. You're my new friend. Yeah. So he's just honk, 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 and he's just kind of like going across the boat. And Bloody Bjorn just like shakes his head. That's this dwarf guy as Spencer goes by, just like, hey, the fuck is that? It's not slavery. Like a pet shop now.
What? Aren't those two charmed?
I thought
Kip
it was...
is here. Kip is charmed. So let me see. I use hearts for we'll do pink to show that they're charmed. There we go. And who else is charmed? Voodoo is charmed. I mean, just because he's charmed doesn't mean he doesn't do his damn job. Jesus
absolutely.
Christ. Yeah.
He's
I don't know what
friend.
I don't know what kind of professional you are. If a pretty girl comes in and tells you a funny story, do you just stop doing your job? Come on now. Well, don't answer that. I don't want to incriminate you on the stream. All right. So yeah, that's happening. And oh god, it looks like Skull is on the ship. So I guess we'll just roll initiative.
Well, I'm invisible still.
Oh, you're invisible.
Yeah,
okay. Is the
on
spider on the ship, or is the spider still on the side of the ship?
The spider is kind of like just cresting the side of the ship, I would say.
All right, spider, give me a fresh stealth check.
You're gonna test my roll 20 skills. Here, let me go and just roll the 1d20, and we can figure out what we add to it.
All right. So are you proficient in stealth?
Yeah, +7 actually. So 18.
Okay, yeah. So that would be an 18 from the spider. Okay, doing much better than when you were in your lizard form. Nobody notices you kind of pressed against the side of the ship. I'm sure it looks terrifying though, to anybody who would be seeing it. All right. So Snake Eyes says, "All right, wait here. We'll bring up your stuff. We'll load it into the boat. Make sure you make room for it. Got a lot of stuff, so it's good that it's just the two of you."
Yep, that's it. Yeah, so I'm gonna attack this guy with advantage as I'm invisible. This jabron.
All right.
Yep.
Skull, I will give you the surprise round for sure. Honestly, I would give Tari and Haxel the surprise round as well. With the Illyria and Thogrim situation, yeah, you know what? I would assume at this point you guys would all just get surprise round. So let's go ahead and do that. Everybody could roll some initiative.
I'm not able to.
Yeah.
Roll
Right.
Did it get added? I got a 20. I rolled a 20.
Oh.
I clicked on me and I clicked the initiative button. Is it on the tracker?
Hold on. I'll put the tracker up in a sec. I gotta try to fix this real quick. It's so at some point your playlist of piratey combats got a bunch of non-combat stuff added to it. So if you hear music during the battle and you're like, why does this sound like someone's birthday party or something like that, just let me know and I will remove it, obviously, from that. All right, so here we go. And let's just jump into this, I guess. All right.
I don't see the little bar that I click on to roll initiative. Is there a way to...
Yeah,
pop
while
that up?
your mini is selected, it should appear at the top.
Top
well,
left.
maybe that's...
Yeah.
I don't think either of us can select.
Oh, because they're not.
Yeah.
You can't select your minis?
No.
Let's see.
I'm different. Like, give me
You're actually Samblin.
Are you really showing up as Samblin, eh?
Maybe.
Oh, there's my...
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Like, that's you right there. You're Haxel.
Yeah, I'm clicking on me. I don't.
You can't move your miniature or anything?
Nope. Hey, that's Slambone's picture.
Well, I know it's his miniature, but it's linked to your character sheet. Okay. Hold on a sec. Let's see. Can you move that one?
No.
Okay.
Should I reload?
Hold on a sec. All right, can you move that Haxel? Do you have the select tool turned on, or are you on the measurement tool? Oh, yeah. Free tech support. # premium gaming. All right. So yeah, I'm not going crazy. I set it up correctly. All right. Cool. Let's continue. I guess I got to roll an ass load of initiatives real quick. So let me do that.
I forgot to roll Spencer's initiative. That's Spencer.
Correct. Yep. Let's see. And we got a few more things I got to roll for that are off camera. Let's see.
Hello?
Oh, that's a lot of beeps.
It is.
I mean, they don't all need to roll initiative now, do they? I mean,
I agree.
Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh my gosh.
What's that?
All right. I think I got everybody. So, Skull, appropriately enough, you are first.
Okay. So I have advantage because I'm invisible. My visibility will end after this attack. I'll just grab him and stab him in the back with the short sword. This guy with the eye patch. Or they both have eye patches. This guy in front of Spencer here. Okay, and I get sneak attack, hopefully. And this is the
definitely get sneak attack. Yep.
So this whole round
19 is a hit.
This whole round is the surprise.
Which guy are you attacking? You're attacking this half orc right here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that is a hit. All right. 13 points of damage. Would have killed a normal man. But he's a half orc, and he makes sure to tell you about it every time this happens. So he's still alive with 1 HP.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's like fighting a sturdy Pokemon. Yep.
All right. And this whole round is a surprise round.
Correct.
So he won't get, and he can't take a reaction.
Right. If you are not acting in the surprise round, you would not get to use a reaction.
Okay.
As soon as the surprise round ends, everybody kind of snaps into it, and they can start playing normal Dungeons and Dragons.
I guess I don't know what the ability says, but if I attack him with an offhand weapon, will he still stay up this round? Does it last through a turn? Like he can't go down?
If you don't know the ability, you will have to find out through gameplay.
Okay.
You gonna attack him again?
Yeah.
All right.
This won't be advantage. I'm no longer invisible, so just a regular attack. Does Toothless count as being within 5 feet of him? He's large.
Spencer's right there.
Toothless is still on the side of the boat, but Spencer is still there.
Okay,
Yep.
So attack.
Yeah, that is a hit. And that runs him through, though it wouldn't have the sneak attack. But yeah, he only had 1 health.
Oh yeah, you're right. I already used it.
Yep, sneak attack's only once per turn.
Okay.
But yeah, you run him through with your short sword, your second short sword, and he is done.
Over. I'll go say hi to the Storf. And that's my turn.
All right.
My movement.
So, a note about Charm. Charm is pretty cool. It's definitely more cool outside of combat.
Mm-hmm.
In combat, a charmed creature will not attack the person who charmed it because you are their very good friend and they want to make sure that they take care of you.
Okay.
But they're not going to not dominated. They're not being like following a suggestion or a geas. Like they're going to, continue to operate normally, but they're going to be like, I really like that one right there, so that's the one I'm not going to attack or mess with.
Okay.
Now that being said, you can use your actions to try and influence these charmed people, with your social skills to do stuff, but it is an action to do so. And I say this having run lots of games and also having played as the exact character class that you're playing as. So charm outside of combat, very useful. Charm in combat, less useful than you would think. That being said, once you get your glamour, your super glamour thing where you can cast command as a bonus action and stuff, the charm kind of comes back into play as being a lot more combat friendly. Alrighty. So, but on the bright side, that's 2 people that you don't have to worry about attacking Tari. So, Skull, anything else?
Nope.
Alrighty. And since we started combat, let me move that dude into an actual grid space. He was living his life too naturally. All right. The captain is surprised. Haxel Samblanet, you're up.
I will cast Hold Person on. Sigma.
Okay.
Wisdom.
All right. That is a wisdom save. Alrighty, here we go. And as a Yuan-Ti, she has advantage on saves, but it doesn't do her any good. So you did manage to cast Hold Person on her.
Boy.
It's very clutch. All right.
I'm going to duck below the gunnel as much as I can.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, movement
Well, I
below
want to make
deck.
sure it hasn't been done already. I'm going to pull back the tarp.
Pull back the tarp. I got you. Okay. All right. So her cloak, she is stiff as a board, but her long coat continues to billow and shake, and many snakes begin to pour out of it.
Is Spencer hungry?
Yeah, they are going to slither on up to the boat. Let's see. So yeah, we'll put them here, I guess. Sure. All right. And what do these snakes do, you might ask? Very excited about snakes. And you should be. Hold on, let me get the character sheet open. There we go. All right, so snakes, they move into your space, and then they are going to start biting. Sounds good to me. So let's see. Haxel, you're there. Snakes are in the boat with you guys. You guys are kind of jammed in there together, but it's like a swarm, but it's like cramped quarters. So, I don't know. I kind of want them to attack both of you, but that's you guys have a lot of shit to deal with. All right, it'll just attack Haxel. All right, Haxel, here we go. It's a +6 to its attack roll, and you will need to make a there we go. Let's see. Oof. All right, so you got to make a DC 10 saving throw to have the damage from the poison. As just a swarm of poisonous snakes moves into the boat and starts biting the first thing that they could find. All right, so you take 16 points of damage, 9 piercing and 7 poison. So you will need to make a concentration check against your Hold Person spell.
Oh fuck.
Do you have inspiration, Axel?
Yeah.
Might want to use it on this.
What is this regular constitution?
Yep, it is a Yep, it is a Constitution save.
Okay, there's no button. I'm just click. Is there? Because
there's no what?
You just did it. You just gonna do the same thing again.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So you managed to hold on to the spell. And the snakes will end their turn just pouring into the boat and filling it up, trying to protect their mistress. All right, actions going on below deck. Actions going on below deck.
Well, it's surprise round. They don't get an action, right? I mean,
what, the snakes?
No, the other members.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Keep going. Let's see. Bjorn, Surprise, Arvin, Illyria, you're up.
Okay. I will pull out my crossbow and take aim at the captain
Okay.
and cast Hail of Thorns.
All right. To tag this guy as well. Nice. Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right. Let's see. Hail of Thorns.
And then
if
I
you hit
will
a creature
attack.
before the spell ends, it creates a rain of thorns sprout from your weapon or ammunition. They have to make dexterity saving throws, right? Okay.
Yep.
Now a held
If it
person
hits.
fails their dexterity automatically, but is she the one that has to make the save, or the people next to her have to make the save?
So it
hits, oh yeah,
hits
she and the
both,
creatures around her. Nice. So she'll fail automatically. Then this jabrones right here will have to make the check. And you have to make the attack roll first, though, right?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Do I get anything for... do I get advantage because she's...
Oh, yeah, because she's
being
held?
held?
Absolutely. Yeah, that is a hit. All right.
She
5 points
takes
of damage.
that, and then she also takes the 1d10 piercing. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh!
And let's see, Reggie Pirate. He's got to make his dex save. Reggie Pirate does not, so he takes a d10 also, which is just the 1 damage, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so he takes the damage, she takes the damage, and she takes the damage as your arrow shot, kind of shaky in the boat, kind of tags her in the right arm, kind of passing by, and then immediately splintering into like thorny splinters. But unfortunately, it splintered a little further past the mark than you anticipated.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else from Illyria? Right now, yeah, you're kind of in that boat, so you definitely want to get out.
I'm running towards Spencer.
Okay. Yeah, Spencer honks at you excitedly. There's a lot going on here. All right. Thogrum, you're up.
So once the tarp comes over, I'm going to notice that the captain is kind of like frozen in place.
Oh, yeah.
Her thing. And I'm just going to kind of lick my lips and dart off the boat towards her.
All right.
And I'm going to pull out me hammer. And I'm going to attempt to crush her face.
Okay.
Non-lethal. Because people frown upon that.
All right. Let's see. So, hold person, this will be a critical hit if it hits.
It's with advantage as well, or no?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, there you go.
And then...
All right, so go ahead and roll another d8. All right, 15 points of damage.
And then I'm going to bonus action, look up the sky, kind of raise my hammer after I smash it across her face, and yell out, "By the power of Gond!" And I'm gonna summon a spiritual weapon that looks like basically like a
an anvil,
another hammer. Like, yeah, an anvil.
It falls out of the sky.
An anvil, just like a funny looking anvil right atop of her head. But...
Alrighty, so you're gonna summon an anvil. Got it. All right.
Keep pigging it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Looney Tunes style, like just. Boom.
Okay. So go ahead and make your attack with your anvil.
Is it at advantage too?
No. So spiritual weapon, and this is an important distinction that has to kind of get made every campaign.
Yeah.
Spiritual weapon, despite having the word weapon, is a spell effect. So like the WoW equivalent is it's basically like a damage over time spell. Like so it has weapon in the name. It looks like a weapon, but it is essentially like an ongoing spell effect. So it follows all the rules that like an ongoing spell effect would have. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yes, it would have advantage. I was thinking you had asked would it have critical? It wouldn't get a critical because it's not really a melee attack. It's a spell attack. But yeah, you would have advantage on it because of the whole person. So sorry about that. I'm in the process of making you a miniature real quick.
So 18.
All right. 18 is going to be a hit.
And it is non-lethal as well, by the way.
Non-lethal force damage. All right. It's a interesting concept. Alrighty. So, she takes 3 more damage, and with that 3 more damage, she is bloodied. All right. Well done. Let's see. Anything else on your turn, Thogrum?
Nope, I think that's it.
Oh,
Alright.
I don't think Spencer got added to the initiative.
Oh. Did you select his mini and click the
I
button
didn't
to
select-
roll for him?
It was
Nice.
14.14. I'm sorry.
All right, let me add him back in. 14.14?
13?
Okay.
Boy, I like it.
All right. Let's shrink this back down to a normal size. There we go.
You can make it that size. I'm just trying to overcompensate.
Let's see. Advanced is drawing. Shrink it a little bit more. There we go. And then spiritual weapon. Sweet. All right, you should be able to control it now.
Yep.
All right, cool. Spencer, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna tap Spencer on the side. Just go, Spencer, go. Bite that man. He said something mean about you.
All right.
Oh,
We'll
he
come up
did.
to the dwarf. And he has pack tactics.
Mm-hmm. So he would have advantage. Yeah, 18 is a hit.
That's a good bite.
He bites Bloody Bjorn's butt cheek for 8 points of damage. All right. Anything else?
No, he's gonna stay right there. I think he likes what he tastes.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oof, so many bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Alright. Tari, you're up. You may be muted. I'm not sure.
Sorry. Yeah. Thank you. The peacock hair in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And who's the second? Is it? It's not the one with the bloody
Oh,
butt cheek.
The two with pink dots are the ones that you charmed.
Okay. All right. So okay. Okay. So I am going to. And if I step off the boat, will I provoke?
This round, since they're surprised, they cannot take reactions.
The snakes, though.
The snakes have a range of 0, so
Okay.
they can only mess up people who are sharing a space with them.
Okay. I will get off the boat, and I will. I will look at Reggie and let's see, one, and the woman in the crow's nest,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the captain, and I'm gonna just put my like thumb up to my mouth as though I'm like nervous about what's happening, and I'm gonna go bite myself hard enough to draw blood, and I'm gonna say "fuck you guys," and I'm gonna cast Bane on them.
Oh, nice. Okay. So that is a charisma saving throw from the crow's nest. And who else? The captain, you said?
Yep, and
Okay.
Reggie.
All right. Reggie. Which one's Reggie?
Do you say Reggie Pirate was the one standing behind the Yuan T?
Oh, yeah.
Behind the captain.
Okay. And he has regular stats. Here we go. Oof. All right. So you got the crow's nest, but it does not look like you got the 2 on the ground. So she is baned. It'll be a negative D4 to her attacks and saving throws. And
then
you
as a
are now
bone-
concentrating on the spell.
As a bonus action,
Mhm.
I am going to give myself peacock hair,
Oh, okay.
and I am going to give Haxel. Let's see. Wait, he's not. Shit, that won't work because he's unconscious, right? Sorry, Haxel. I didn't read that close enough.
Axel's
No,
unconscious?
Haxel's
Oh,
not
Hex
unconscious.
is not
I was
unconscious.
about to say.
Okay. Oh wait. Who?
We're all good. Or well,
Yeah, everybody's still good.
Well, are you thinking about the
Alright.
mental of inspiration?
Because he got poisoned, right? Didn't you
Yeah,
take
yeah.
like a?
Well, he took a decent
I did.
chunk of damage, yeah, but
Okay,
he's still
so
going.
okay, so I will give you, you 5 temporary hit points, and you can use your reaction to move up to your speed without
Oh, okay.
provoking opportunity attacks. So that you can do that immediately if you want to get off the boat and away from the snakes.
That's awesome. Don't you get multiple people?
Yep.
Yeah, you can
and
do
then,
up to 3 people, and you can include yourself, just so you know.
Yeah, I will
Me.
do Illyria
Okay.
Huh?
and Spencer.
All right, so Illyria, you get 5 temp HP. Spencer gets 5 temp HP.
Ooh,
You guys
thank you.
can use your reaction if you'd like to move your speed without provoking opportunity attacks, but you certainly don't have to if you want to hold on to your reaction for a rainy day.
I'd like to move. Try and climb up this net.
Yeah, you want to start climbing up the rigging? Sure.
Yeah. Then I best bet to do it.
All right. If you do not have a climb speed, you just climb it at half your normal speed. So that's okay. Cool. And she in the crow's nest is about Jesus. Let me double check, but I want to say it's 60 feet. 60 feet up. Let's see. Yeah, this would definitely be something that we'd want to know. Crow's nest. There we go. Nope. It is 40 feet up. Aw, it's got cute little sail. That's nice. It's a cute little boat. A cute little sail. 60 definitely seems like more appropriate for the size of the ship, though. But
I would agree.
yeah, let's make it 60 so that it makes some kind of sense. Because that would be like the shortest fucking widescreen sail ever. So yeah, she's 60 feet up. So you start climbing, so you are 15 feet up the rigging here. All right, cool. And you have those temp HP. I usually track temp HP on green when I'm a player. Wherever you feel is best. Some people will just straight up go to their character sheet and just put it there because there is a spot for temp HP. That also frees up your green one to keep track of elevation because you can always type into your green circle like what your elevation currently is because 3D world, all that jazz. So whichever you decide, as long as you can track it, works for me.
So I can move right now as a reaction?
Yep.
Can I actually move up to, I guess, here? Let's see. 30. 35.
Yeah, sure. Alrighty. So, anything else from Tari?
Nope, that's me.
All right, Toothless, you're up.
Chitter, chitter, chitter.
Good RP, good RP. All right. Are you on the rigging or are you under the rigging?
Chitter.
Like, are you?
No,
You're on
chitter. Sorry. Under the rigging.
Okay, so you're on the deck. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna go after the lady there.
Sure. Yeah.
With advantage, right?
Yeah, with advantage, and since this is a melee attack, it will be a crit if you hit. Yeah, that does it. The easiest way to do this, since you have so many dice to roll, would just be to probably click it again, and I'll just snatch the dice off the attack from the other one. All right, so let's see. You rolled a 8 or a D8, and you got a 3, and then you got a 2d8s. You got 8, so 11 more damage. So 22 plus 4, 25 points of damage.
And if it seems like she was going to die, we'd like to keep her alive.
Oh, wait, hold on. This isn't actually as much damage as we are thinking because Yuan-Ti are immune to all poison.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
She is still standing.
Okay.
So just 19 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
Chitter, chitter, chitter. I think that'll be Toothless's turn.
Okay. All right, and then that, and then Buddy, and back to the top of the round. Skull, everybody is with it now. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
She's gone. Yeah, I'm gonna risk the opportunity attack from both of these guys and go for her.
Okay. Let's see. Both these guys. Here we go. Bjorn will definitely take his attack against you. Here we go. That's interesting. Okay. 19?
Yeah.
All right, so you take 10 points of damage. And then he could have disarmed, but he opted to take that 10 damage.
Okay.
And then let's see, the Phantasm, who is very good friends with this lady, is not friends with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and where the hell did you come from? First of all, how dare you? So yeah, he is going to attack. Let's see, he will attack with his cutlass. 21 for 7.
Oh,
So
yeah.
17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Total. Yeah, 10 and 7. So.
17 total. All right, so.
All right, so you are bloodied.
Yeah. 17, so 9.
All right.
Alright, and I'll continue my movement, and I will go after her.
Okay.
Vintage, sneak attack. Short sword, number 1.
That is a hit.
So it's a crit, right?
Correct.
Alright, so that plus it's gonna be non-lethal as well. Sorry, excuse me. And then,
Okay.
and then I roll another I know 2 more d6. That's gonna be the sneak attack crit and the short swords crit.
Correct. All right. Yeah. As you rush up, you turn the blade and you take the pommel and you just hit her right between the eyes. The cigarette falls from her lips and she tumbles to the deck.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so so that was 15 to get there.
And the good thing about spiritual weapon is you can move through it. So since it is just a floaty spell effect, so it's not difficult terrain for you guys. It's not if bad guys are using it on you, it doesn't count as a unit. It doesn't give anybody sneak attack or anything else like that because it's not actually a person. Not to hurt its feelings, but.
And corpses are difficult terrain, correct? Well,
correct.
Okay, so with the rest of my movement, I went 15 to here. I'll go 10 to here, and then I'll use my remaining movement to go there.
All right,
And then I
sounds
will
good.
bonus action second wind.
Nice.
Okay,
All right.
That's a D10 plus fighter level.
Haxel, 15 feet up. What are you gonna do? Your target is down but not dead. So my professional advice would be, if you don't need your concentration for anything else, I would just continue maintaining it just in case. That being said, since she's not technically dead, I will roll for her to see if she gets out of it. Again, she's not going to do anything because she's unconscious, but you never know in D&D what's going to happen. So let's see. Nope, she is still held. All right. So yeah, 15. You're still concentrating. What are you gonna do?
Sorry, the snake's still down there?
Yeah, the snakes are free agents, and you realize that these snakes, unlike the rest of the crew, they were just rearing to get set loose. They are extremely vicious. You realize that it was actually only her will and control that were keeping the snakes from going on a murder spree. Yeah, these are some nasty snakes. She has obviously trained them to be essentially attack dogs.
Tree, tell your buddy there to pet the snakes.
Do they look like they're climbing up behind me? Can they climb
You're gonna just keep climbing up then?
No, I'm asking if it looks like the snakes are climbing up behind me.
Oh, the snakes would probably take the path of least resistance. So more than likely, they'll probably go after this guy right here. If without her to control them, yeah, they're just gonna go get nasty on people.
Okay, I will.
And snakes are great pets, and there's some of them are very sweet. So I'm not trying to like snake hate over here, but these particular snakes, there's some bad hombres. So just putting that out there.
All right, cool. I'm going to vicious mockery the one up in the crow's nest.
The one that you told had nice tits? That one?
Yeah.
I was kidding.
Oh man.
Them's be saggy.
All right. Wow. She paid a lot for that whalebone bustier that you're saying is not working. So that's like, yeah, that is some pretty hurtful stuff. So she has to make a wisdom save, but she has a D4 penalty. Her wisdom save is a +0. So I'll just roll that and that. And holy crap. She still got a 19 out of that deal. Or sorry, a 16 out of that deal. So I would say that she doesn't care about your opinion of her fantastical bosom.
She knows
that one right there. That fantastic bosom.
I'll keep mentioning it.
All right.
Yeah,
you can move 15. Yeah, 15 more feet. So you are 30 feet up now. All right. And thanks to our friendly neighborhood pirate campaign playtesters or beta testers, the Skull and Shackles group, we have decided that climbing rigging is something that anybody can do at half speed. So because they're like, the whole design of it was so that people could climb it easily, which I tend to agree with. But so we kind of added that in. All right, so Haxel's done. Movement down below. Voices calling up from below. Confused hissing sounds. Angry hissing sounds. All right. Let's see. Thogrum and Phantasm are both an equidistance away. So we will just do odd for Phantasm, even for Thogrum. Here we go. All right, they slither on over to Phantasm.
Yay!
He cries out to you, Tari. Hobgoblin mistress, save me! And they go over, and it is not pretty what happens to him next, because level 1 people should never fight swarms of poisonous snakes. But here we go. Maybe they'll miss. I don't know. Oh, they did. Holy shit. Okay. Because 23 damage is a lot of damage. So they begin swarming all over him, but his love of pop idol hobgoblin lady manages to, or slam poet, I guess, keeps him alive. Your love sustained him. So more stuff from below, Bloody Bjorn. So Bloody Bjorn sees that the snakes are attacking his buddy. He doesn't want any of that nonsense. He also has a sore butt cheek from this critter right here. He also sees that the captain's been taken down. Whew, there's a lot going on here. He sees another dwarf over there, all like decked out in plate mail. Kind of shakes his head, disgust a little bit. You know how hill dwarfs do. You know, when they see a mountain dwarf.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? He's just going to kill Shamu. So he turns over and he looks up at you, Illyria, and he says, so, this freak is special to you, huh? Then I'll be sure to save the fin for you as a souvenir. And he is going to make 2 attacks. All right, here we go. 1. And misses. And 2. A hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Yeah. I'd appreciate him not rolling minimum damage next time, but all right. Fortunately, Spencer has the Pokemon ability Thick Fat, and as the blade kind of digs into him, there's sort of a squishy, squeaky toy noise, and the blade kind of bounces back. And not used to getting scratched in such an aggressive manner, he lets loose a playful honk, realizing that the intensity of playtime has increased. So Bjorn does the 5e shuffle to get the hell away from some snakes, and that will be his turn. All right, Voodoo's turn. Voodoo calls down below, hey, we need some help up here, hurry. And he calls out to you, Turi. My apologies, my lady, but there is an infestation of monsters. And he is going to climb up and engage with you, Illyria. On his way up the stairs, he will fire his asp pistol at the spider, because it's a nice big target, I hope. So while he's still within short range, he will take a shot with the pistol. Oof. All right. That's not a critical, but 7 points of damage to the spider. And then he moves up on you, Illyria, and he will try to attack you with his cutlass.
Okay.
And miss. All right. That brings us to Illyria's turn.
I'm Hunter's marking this motherfucker.
Okay. Boop. Oh, we got an actual target for that. That's right. Anyways, go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, that is a hit. All right, 5 points of damage plus the Hunter's Mark. So a total of 13 points of damage. With the damage he took already, he is
Yeah, and I want that arrow to go through his arm that he...
Ooh.
The arm that he struck Spencer with.
Yeah, it tears into the marred, scarred flesh of his arm, and he winces in pain, and Bloody Bjorn is literally bloodied. He looks up at you, scowling beneath his brows, and just grins at you.
I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna take your beard as my prize.
Thogram's like, oh man.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, Thogram, I think you'd get goosebumps from that one. That's yeah. That's some sacred shit right there. Okay, anything else from Illyria? Oh, wait, Illyria, I don't want to rob you of your momentum here, but you would need to roll with disadvantage because you were in melee when you took the shot.
For this guy?
Correct. Any ranged attacks, if you are currently in melee, the attacks are made at disadvantage.
Even with a crossbow expert?
Oh shit! Is that one of the things a crossbow expert? I think you might be right on that one. Yeah. Sweet. All right. Thank you. It's been a long time since somebody had that feat. All right, good stuff. That brings us to bandits down below. Thogrum, you're up.
Alright, so after watching both Spencer and Illyria get attacked, I'm gonna just take off on foot towards them. 5, 10, 15, 20. And I'm gonna Spencer, go help mommy. And then I'm gonna swing at the dwarf.
All right.
Oh, let's dance, handsome. And I want to use my DM inspiration.
Okay. That is a hit. Yeah. You hit him, and he is out.
That'll teach you. And then I'm going to bonus action. I can move it 60 feet, I believe.
I think it's 20.
Yeah, 20 feet, but that's enough to get to the snakes if that's what you're going for.
Yeah, definitely. I can only move it 20 then.
Yeah, so as a bonus action, you can move it 20 feet. Now, the cool thing is, because it's a spell effect, you can move it 20 feet in any direction. So a lot of people don't realize that their spiritual weapon technically could fly if they needed it to.
Yeah,
in this case, you don't, but I'm just pointing that out.
I think I'm going to move it to snakes. Actually.
Okay.
And drop them on the snakes.
All right, go for it.
Like the swamp from Mario. Hovers over
Yes,
him.
totally like a swamp from Mario. Yeah.
Start smashing.
That is a hit. Yeah, that is a hit on the snakes. All right, since this is magical damage, it has full effect on them. Or sorry, I should say, since this is force damage, it has full effect on them.
Okay.
All right, anything else from Thogrum? That is a beefy turn. Well done.
No, that's it.
All right, Spencer has been told to go, to hang out with you. So.
Yep, he's gonna come on over here.
Okay. Happily begins bounding up the steps to you.
Bite that booty.
All right. Using signature move booty bite. Let's see. A 14 is enough. Yep. Yeah, even his defensive cutlass will not be enough to prevent it. 7 points of damage. He is bloodied. Alrighty. Anything else from Spencer?
Nope, he'll stay right there.
Okay. Whew. All right. Let's see. So let me check below decks. What's going on? Interesting. Yep. Okay. All right. Someone appears from the stairs down below. Let's see. They are wielding what looks like oh, nice. They are wielding a light hammer. Don't see that every day. And a hook hand. That's kind of hot. All right. Let's see. Other than that, there's really not a lot to write home about on this particular pirate. They're very athletic. So she runs to the top of the stairs. She sees this absolute anarchy. She sees Bloody Bjorn dead, knocked out on the ground. This dude for sure is dead. He got it like with some short swords there. Shit. She looks around. She sees Sambonet. She sees the snakes are on the loose. She sees man, there's a lot of things going through her mind right now. There's a giant spider. Yeah, she is going to finish her movement by jumping off the side of the boat.
Oh, wow.
Splooshes into the water.
The waters.
Yeah, and starts diving down. She's going to take a risk. See what happens. All right. Let's see what else is going on. There's a lot of peeps down here, I guess. What do you got to offer? Oof. Yeah, okay. I dig it. I dig it. Okay. All right, cool. So, that happens. Up top, we've got the lookout. Let's see. The lookout has Bane. The lookout sees a giant spider, but she does see the spider seems to be busy. So she's going to focus on this dude, bro, that is climbing up the net. So she is going to take 2 shots at you as you're climbing up the net. Here we go. You are within range, so she will take 2 shots with her bow. And whiff the first one. But hit with the second for 8.
I don't think a D4 is gonna help him either.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's worth checking, but no, I think 20 still hits. Yeah. All right, so 8 more damage, Haxel.
If I subtract 8 from here, will it take my off?
What?
Let's see. My temporary.
Yeah, so you would lose the temp HP first, and then you would take away from your whatever's left from your current. So you would take 5. You'd lose your 5, and then you'd lose 3 more. Alrighty. Let's see. What's going on down here? Yeah. Okay. So that would happen, and all right, you see another person appear from below decks. This person looks around, sees all the carnage on the ship, sees the captain is down, sees the first mate is down. She drops to her knees and surrenders. Kind of tossing her sword and her gun down to either side. She will use a dodge action and just surrender. Just kind of pressing herself up against the railing. All right, so that brings us to this guy. This guy don't know the meaning of surrender, but he probably should. With a spider, with the captain. Oh man. Yeah, he's just too dumb. Skull, he's gonna go for you. Let's see. He is going to take both attacks on you. The pistol will be the ass pistol can be used in melee.
That's a special property. I read that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, without disadvantage. So he'll take a shot with the pistol and he'll use his cutlass.
He'll go nowhere without his 9.
All right, he misses with the cutlass, but he tags you just barely with a shot from the pistol.
Look up to him from the bullet wound. Just...
Yeah, he will back. Yeah, he will definitely back away a bit. All right, let's see what Satan got going on. What are you bringing to the table, Satan? Not much, huh? All right. Yeah, you know what? You seem like the kind of guy that would do this. All right. I'm going to have Satan go and do some stuff.
Will he get behind me?
Tari, you're up.
Okay. I am going to whistle the encouraging tune of a nightingale, and Skull will feel a little bit better than he does right now.
So 5 temp H, use a mantle of inspiration. So, or are you actually casting?
I think I can only use that once. Yeah, I'm using healing word.
Oh, you can use mantle of inspiration a number of times per long rest equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous.
It's pretty good.
All right.
I mean, you're no lore bard, but let's be honest, you're better. So
That's the
No
way you said last session.
Yeah, no personal bias at all. No personal bias at all.
Yeah, so me and Haxel and Gull.
Okay.
I'm not missing anyone from our party who else is hurt, right?
Okay.
I will give them all of us 5 HP.
All right, 5 temp HP.
Yes.
So you guys get 5 temp HP. Not the same as Reggie HP. Can't do as much, but it's still amazing.
Right, so it doesn't. Okay.
Right, it won't pop somebody up who's down at 0, or and it doesn't stack, so you can't like create like a huge like energy tank of bonus HP.
Right.
That being said, Haxel, if you'd like to use a reaction, you can move 15 more feet up the ropes if you'd like. That'll put you 45 feet up, if that is your goal. Skull, you could take a move if you'd like, and Tari, you could take a move if you'd like.
How high is this wall right here to get up onto the
660 feet.
the right side of the?
Where were you trying to go? You're actually standing on stairs right now. If you're trying to get up to the wheel, is that where you're trying to get?
Yeah.
Okay. It is important to note that the anchor is not dropped right now. They have simply raised sail, so the ship in these rough ass waters has nobody at the helm, and is sort of just drifting in the choppy, rough, waters that kind of flow between these rocks.
Oh boy.
If you are, as Haxel could tell you, if you are a smuggler, you don't drop anchor usually, because you need to be able to constantly be making a fast getaway. And dropping anchor and dropping anchor is not too bad, but raising anchor can be a hassle. So yeah, they haven't dropped it. So the ship is, the whole time you guys are fighting, the ship is kind of bobbing and tilting and kind of just drifting on its own. Now, admittedly, you've only been fighting for like 12 seconds, so but I'm just letting you know that there is nobody at the helm.
Right. So how high is that wall there?
Because there's this is 10 feet up from the area where everybody else is. I can mark that for you real quick.
Okay. I don't see a way to get up.
Oh, you're literally standing on the stairs.
That's okay. That's why I don't see it.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I will, to sort of try to encourage people to think that I am in fact on their side, I will man the helm as my action.
Okay.
Do you want and yeah, I'll just be like kind of keeping an eye out on what's going on, but do you want like a navigation check
yeah,
or
sure.
anything,
Well, do you have water vehicle proficiency?
I don't, although I'm theoretically proficient in that.
Correct. Good answer. So go ahead and give me a water vehicles proficiency. It goes off of the wisdom score. Sorry, it goes off of wisdom score. So basically just make a wisdom check with half your proficiency added.
Like a wisdom saving throw, or I don't
Yeah, what we should probably do is in this, every time like a skill comes up for your bard, we should just add it to your character sheet. So let me see if we can do that real quick. Eventually we'll have them all on there. We won't have to worry about it. All right, so yeah, I just dragged it over from Compendium, so you should now have water vehicles. Nope, doesn't look like it.
You know what you could do? You could do it like the Luck Stone, just have it a global skill modifier. And every time she rolls, she adds half.
one that's just called let's see. Just roll survival, because that is the equivalent of an untrained wisdom skill for you. All right, yeah. So while you are technically proficient at everything, you put your hands on the wheel and you're like, my hands are on the wheel. And right now, you have not crashed into anything. So you think you're doing a pretty damn fine job here. Alrighty. That brings us to action below, Toothless, the spider.
Man, so he sees Tari kind of go up to the steering wheel, and it seems like things are under control, I guess. So I guess the spider will go after this guy right here.
Okay.
And I think we'll do a little bit of a web attack on this guy. Ooh, probably misses.
Yes, a 9 does miss. So you turn your sweet thorax in his direction. It quivers slightly, and then you begin to spray. Wow, this is a terrible description. You fire your web at him, but he is almost by just pure luck. He is so busy dealing with Skull that he just moves just slightly out of the way, and like silly string style, you just fire webbing like off into the ocean.
It will feed the local sea creatures.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so that
There's there's going to be a special about like sea turtles getting strangled by spider webbing. And, like,
oh no!
At the next druid, at the next druid meeting, they're going to bring it up. They're going to be like, "We've got to fix this. Does anybody know anything about this?" Yeah. So, what else would you like to do, Spider?
I think Spider will stay there.
Okay, Spider's going to stay there menacingly. All right, Kip, who is trapped with with snakes. He knows how lucky he was to survive the snakes. He is going to use a disengage action, and he is going to
hide behind Thogger.
Let's see. Haxel's up on the ropes. He is going to run to here. And he is going to say, "Hobgoblin lady, help me, please." And that's his turn. Yeah, he had a cooler voice when he started, but he's got that peacock hair, so it got less cool when the more I thought about it. So, Buddy is having a splendid time. Skull, your turn.
Okay. This guy's he's a hero, ain't he?
I mean, everyone's the hero of their own story or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Inspirational, blah, blah, blah.
I would like to, strength-based intimidation. I want to grab him by the collar. I want to slam him against this wall.
Okay.
Press him up against it. Basically get real close. My eyes are super narrow at this point from all the adrenaline, and like just quietly say, "Don't be a hero." And I don't want to intimidate him, trying to get him to surrender.
Yeah, go ahead and roll an intimidate check. There is a big spider next to him, and all of his friends are dead. So this will probably go pretty well. He you see all the fight go out of him, and he just kind of slumps, and you hear a clank of his weapons hitting the deck.
I guess my turn is to do that, so I'll kick the gun away with my item interaction, and I'll just hold him there. That's my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would be here.
Alrighty. Haxel, you could finally make it the rest of the way up to your friend Nice Tits.
I'll be right back.
First, I do a quick scan. Are we near any of the Kraken's teeth or anything like that? Are we dangerously close?
I mean, you started dangerously close, for sure. But yeah, you look down and you see the hobgoblin is trying to steer the boat, and you are proficient in water vehicles, right? Like actually proficient in it? Yeah. You can tell that she has no real idea what she's doing. Yeah. I mean, she has a better idea than, a non-bard, but she's definitely, like the first time I'm sailing a boat kind of thing where I haven't crashed anything, so I must be doing it right. So with that knowledge, what do you want to do?
Is there any kind of rope I can swing over there with?
Oh, that would be hype. Sure. Yeah, there would be a rope if you're willing to cut dramatically item interaction. Sure, you could do that. Go ahead and give me an athletics check or acrobatics, because this was equal parts strength and balance, so you could go either way with this check. You are 45 feet up, though. Just keep that in mind. But if you pull it off, yeah, you could. Ooh. All right. So you grab hold of.
Actually, I'm proficient in that. I don't know why. I got a check too, so it should be a 10.
Okay. Okay, so it'd be a 10. Yeah, 10's pretty good. I'm gonna say there's a little bit of damage just from like rope burn, slippage, that kind of thing, but you certainly don't take 4d6 points of damage from falling flat to the deck. But there is a little bit of discomfort and that kind of thing as you kind of
wait.
Yeah.
No, I was on drugs and my strength got lowered. That's what happened.
Oh, okay.
Crash, can I give him my DM inspiration that you gave me for?
It has to be used before the dice are rolled.
Okay.
Yeah. But as it is, you are able to quickly rappel down the thing. Anyone that's gotten rope burn before, though, your hand is torn up. So what was supposed to be like an epic Tarzan swing right to the wheel ended up being a very painful slide down the rope. So
okay, can I use temp hit points on that?
Yeah, sure. Temp HP soaks any sort of damage that comes at you.
All right, and was that on my movement as well?
Yeah, with temp HP, you don't really get to choose. It's just the first damage that comes in always goes to take away from your temp HP. And then once they're gone, you start eating up the real HP.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So yeah, you thunk down to the deck, falling to gracefully sliding down the rope to the deck. Actually doesn't use up any of your speed because falling is a free action. So you could now use your speed to bound up the deck. This guy does not seem to have too much of a fight left in him. He knows that you're friends with Tari and that maybe you could save his life here. So he kind of holds his hands up and moves, presses against the railing to let you get past if you're willing to take the wheel.
Sounds good. I'll take the wheel.
As you go past, he says, "Yeah, somebody has to steer the ship. We're in trouble."
Right, I'll take on those duties. I'll just give him a nod.
Okay. Alrighty. Did our music break? No, it's just transition. Okay. All right. So that was your item interaction, your movement. You still have an action. Do you want to go ahead and essentially, you want to give her an assist action, or do you want to just take over sailing, or do you want to ready an action to on her turn she assists you and the two of you try to sail it together, and then you'd have advantage.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Swarm of angry snakes. All right, the only one that is close to them now is you, Thogrim. So they just slither on up, and they are going to attack.
Boy.
So it's a 15. They do not manage to bite through your armor. You just feel them tickling you through the armor. All right. And you're a dwarf, so you're resistant to poison. I mean, it's a joke. All right. More stuff happening. All right. Arvin Voodoo Argent. He looks over at his allies, or his ally over here, wonders what the hell that guy's doing. She's given up. The captain's dead. He's given up. He is beat up. He says to you, please call off your magnificent beast. I surrender. And he will take the dodge action and hope that it works out. All right. Illyria, you're up.
Okay, can I take his weapons from him?
Yeah. Item interaction. He kind of just dropped them, kind of thing.
Oh, okay, he dropped them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could reach down and
kick them away.
Okay, you kick them away. They skitter across the upper deck.
And I will move my hunter's mark to this chick.
All right.
Sugar boobs.
Okay.
And I will ask her, do you surrender as well? And I will
You call
hold
up there? All right. You call up there and ask if she surrenders.
Yes. I'll
She-
hold my
she
action.
surveys the scene. She surveys the scene. And she says, "Will surrender? Will surrender involve keeping my life? Because if I'm gonna end up dying anyways, I'd rather die fighting than die hanging."
Of course, it will mean keeping your life. Why don't you come down?
Okay, are you telling the truth? Otherwise, I need a deception check.
No, yeah. Well, I
Okay.
mean, to me, I'm telling the truth. Yeah.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
know what everyone else is doing.
All right. In that case, go ahead and give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. She realizes that you're honest. You don't intend to kill her. But she worries that you alone might not be enough to sway your allies. So she says, "Tell you what, as a sign of good faith, on my turn, I won't fire no arrows." Because, you know, they know about turns. It's super meta. Because, they live in the turn-based world. All right, cool. So we'll leave it hanging in the air with that one. All right. What do we got going on below deck? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Okay. So this jabron's right here. I believe I grabbed the right one. No, I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. There's just so many. Oh, there he is. All right, this guy runs up from below decks. Here we go. Because, yeah. Sorry, I probably should have mentioned that. There was another door right there.
Oh.
Yeah. He comes. Well, I mean,
That's
you have a higher up area like that. There's,
Absolutely,
it's not like
yeah,
there's
I agree.
wasted room. Yeah. So yeah, this guy comes rushing up. He sees the situation. And he looks around like, what? And yeah, like, these are not, video game bros. They want to live, and then they come up and they see most people surrendered, and there's monsters on the ship, and your captain and the first mate are down. They come up and they raise their hands, and they say in a very gruff voice, "Parlay."
I knew it. He knew he was gonna say that. Oh.
Parlay, yeah. And they toss down. They toss down their dagger, and they just kind of throw their hands up and sort of just stand in the doorway between the upper deck and the lower deck. All right, Thogrim, you're up.
You're muted.
I'm going to attack these snakes.
All right.
Swings at them. And then, let's see. For Searing Smite, do I need to cast it before I hit or after I hit?
Oh, I believe Searing Smite is not like a Paladin Smite. Paladin Smite's the one that happens after the attack. Searing Smite, you cast it, and then the next time you hit something. So it's a bonus action, and then it says the next time you hit a creature. So yeah, you have to cast it before you attack.
Okay. So...
yeah, normal Paladin Smite is delicious, because you just wait for that 20 to show up, and then you just spam the hell out of it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is a Paladin can have a Smite spell and a Paladin Smite on the same attack. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to... Yeah, I'm just going to hit it with my Warhammer, and then... I'm going to use Spiritual Weapon first.
Okay, so you're going to use that instead of casting Searing Smite?
Yeah.
All right. So the anvil comes over and starts smashing, trying to smash them snakes. Unfortunately, it does not smash those snakes. The snakes kind of writhe and crawl out of the way as this massive thwomp anvil starts smashing down over and over again.
Then
All right.
I'm gonna attack with Warhammer.
Okay, attacking with a warhammer.
14.
14 is just enough. All right. You do some damage.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to crush a couple of snakes, but the rest of them kind of cry out to you in parcel tongue, and the translation reads, "Tunnel snakes rule, tunnel snakes forever." I don't know what that's about. But some of them have little leather jackets on now. It's weird. All right. Anything else from Thogrum?
Well, boys, who's hungry?
And that's the rest of it.
Okay. Spencer is up.
All right, Spencer, go help Mr. Farforge, and he will kind of sniff at this guy and then snort at him, and then walk over.
Yeah, that guy
and
makes
try
he makes no reaction attack. They just kind of stand there, like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, and he'll take a bite at the snakes.
Okay. 15 is a hit. So yeah, he grabs a hold of one and he just kind of slurps it down like a noodle. All right. He honks excitedly as he kind of is eager to eat some more. And there are plenty more where that came from. All right. Anything else
that's
from
it for him.
Spence? Okay. That brings us to more of these more basic crew members. Let's see. It's taking them a little bit longer to get up. They were the ones that were trying to get all the cargo hauled up. All right. Yeah, so this one pops out from over here. Sees all the craziness that's going on here. He is going to make a split-second decision. And that split-second decision is to turn around and try to run back below decks. Would Spencer like to make an opportunity attack?
Did you hear him?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Would Spencer like to make an opportunity attack or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, does he look aggressive?
He looks terrified. He looks like he stepped out onto the deck, saw a nightmare unfolding before him, and decided he was going to go back down below decks.
Oh, if he looks scared, maybe Spencer will just like look at him.
Okay, yeah, that just makes him more scared because it's a terrifying creature. So yeah, it's got these giant white eyeballs and this huge Pac-Man mouth. Yeah, it's terrifying.
Reaction attack.
So yeah.
Nice.
Okay, and then yeah, she's taking her chances. Maybe she'll make it. Maybe she won't. Odds are she probably won't. But yeah, she is swimming and swimming. All right. On her turn, she's going to drop prone and not take a shot. So she gains full cover from the crow's nest, but is not taking a shot. All right. That brings us to this lady who's already surrendered. She is scared of the spider and the thing. She's going to use a disengage instead of a dodge, and she's going to move up here. All right, this guy's surrendered. Honestly, besides the snakes, I think you might have this one in the bag. Yeah. All right.
Well, can I ask him something out of turn since I'm?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to try to make a little conversation.
Yeah.
Sure.
We were told you had a wizard. Was that the first mate?
No. She's a lady. It's a lady. The lady wizard.
Where's she at? Still down?
You can't miss her. She's got like bright red hair, like the captain, but she's a half elf.
That's 6 seconds.
Yeah. So that brings us to Tari. What are you gonna do?
And I'll basically do this same thing, except I'll ask, hey, Voodoo. We heard there's a wizard on board. Can you just go? I'm so glad we're getting through this. Can you just go below decks and ask everybody else to just come up, and so we can start sailing away from here, away from the rocks, and just kind of get back on the same page, all of us together.
Yeah, he puts his hand on his chest, and it's like Taylor Swift is asking me to do her a favor. Like, it's blowing his mind. Yeah, he's torn between complete devastation that his livelihood has been destroyed, but also like this, hobgoblin slam poet has taken an interest in him, and he says, yeah, of course, and he begins to run below decks.
Oh, sorry. Is Voodoo the other?
Yeah, Phantasm's the blue guy. Voodoo is the super cool looking bandana guy who's got like a Nike swoosh tattoo on his face. So
Yeah, I was talking to Voodoo.
Oh, you were talking to
Phantasm,
Voodoo.
yeah.
Oh,
also called a
wow.
Phantasm.
Phantasm's crestfallen. All right. Voodoo.
I just wanted to keep him near me. I like wink at him. Like,
okay.
put you by
All
my
right.
side.
So Voodoo runs downstairs to tell everybody that it is over. All right. Cool.
Yeah, and if everybody seems like they're chill, then anything else?
Okay. Alrighty, Toothless, you're up.
So I think we're just down to snakes, right? Is that?
Yeah, sounds like we're just down to snakes.
I'll help to get rid of some snakes, hopefully. I will try and bite some snakes.
All right, what are we looking at? 18 is definitely a hit. You would say poisonous snakes that are friends with you, Auntie, they've got to be immune or resistant to poison. Nope, they're not. These are the same people that don't think cats can see in the dark. All right, so that being said, it's not like the snakes, keep their poison in their bloodstream. They keep it in their poison sacs.
Right.
Yeah, so they fit. The DC on a spider. I hate how that's broken all the time. The DC is a 12, I believe.
I think it's right.
Yeah, it comes up enough times. Yeah, so they do not make it. They take the full damage and some of the damage from the piercing. So that kills a great many snakes. And if you want, you can gobble some of them up. Because you are a spider.
I would love to.
Okay.
Does Buddy eat one? No. He can't. He's just a doll.
Later.
Let's see. And they are bloodied now. So they are going to be half as powerful as they were before. All right. Yeah, Kip Phantasm Claire. He rushes up to you and asks if there's anything he can do to help.
Tell me about the wizard.
Oh, yeah, the wizard. Her name is Punkata.
Can we kill? Can we kill?
The snake? You know what?
Like,
we're gonna change that right now because that's fucking terrible.
Could we like kill the snakes before like having conversations? Just as someone who might get attacked by snakes. Like maybe we could kill the snakes and then talk about.
So.
It's his turn. It's the pirate's turn.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me. The tape rewinds, and Kip says, "Her name's Marie Moses, but they call her the punk."
Do you think she's also inclined to value her life above loyalty to a lost cause?
Probably, yeah. Yeah, probably. She's a tricksy sort, though. You gotta watch out.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could teleport around and stuff.
Mm.
She could teleport right off the ship. Oh
Well,
no.
yeah. It'll be interesting to meet her.
All right. Well, you
All right.
stay right here next to me. I want you close.
Okay, he takes that invitation and he presses uncomfortably close. College guy at the club on Friday.
Too close. Way too close.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Skull, you're up.
Yeah, I guess I'll just sort of kind of growl into this guy's face, kind of breathe into it, and I'll let him slump to the floor. And then I'll go over and help Thogrim with the snakes.
Alrighty.
I'll attack him. Short sword.
Oh. Oh, not about that. It's just the pirate combat just breaks randomly. It makes me so sad. Oops. Let's try again. All right. Let's see. Yeah, 17 is a hit. All right. You do what you believe would be some pretty good damage. But they are snakes. If only you'd been using poison on the poisonous snakes. It does not kill them. But it does. You do kill quite a few of them. There are still some worming and writhing about on Thogrim, trying their best to bite him.
Okay. Can I offhand? No sneak attack. I'll just try and. This is the 18.
Okay. 18 is a hit.
Oh, no sneak attack. Just 2. Extra one.
All right. Yeah, you politely poke one of the remaining snakes with your sword.
That's it.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Haxel, you're up.
I don't know. What are we doing? I'm gonna try and drive the ship.
Okay. Yeah, so go ahead and make a check. Tari, where you on your turn, you did a bunch of stuff already, right? So yeah, all right, let's see this check. Oof. Yeah, an 8. Okay. You also think that you are great at steering boats.
We both got an 8.
Yeah, you realize that maybe she did have it figured out. But you can't help but in the back of your mind think that maybe you guys might try working together on this one. And that is when you do notice that enough time has passed that there is some drifting going on, and you are getting dangerously close to these rocks.
Ooh.
I think this turn, all I did was talk to Voodoo. So if you want me to make a nav check,
yeah.
If you don't, that's also fine.
Right.
Yeah, I had ready to.
Yeah, he had readied in case you were going to do that, and then it didn't come up, so I wasn't sure if you were doing that or if you were, doing something else. Either way, the ship is moving towards it. So let's say, all right, you guys are still level 3, so we won't be super duper strict. So as the things are moving up towards you, you realize like, hey, it would probably be good to not crash into these rocks. And together, you begin trying to navigate the ship, and you could feel like the movie Ghost. You know what I'm saying? You can feel you can feel somebody reaching around from behind you. So there's like
is it phantasm? Is it a phantasm? Is it literal?
It kind of, instead of a ghost, it is a phantasm, and you definitely can feel some wind beneath your wings, as it were, as they try and show you, no, like this. Yeah, good stuff. That should be a rough approximation. It's easier to move the stones than it would be to like literally shift everything else in the entire map. So, all right, cool. Yeah, it's Buddy. Absolutely. So that happened. Haxel, bandits, guys, snakes. All right. Oof. So the snakes, they were attacking you, Thogrum, but you know what? They'll just die. They'll die on this hill. So here we go.
Come get it, fellas.
Ooh, yeah.
All right.
Maybe I was wrong.
Okay. So yeah, the last few snakes finally find an opening. You kind of feel them slip up the pant leg, essentially, or the chain leg of your armor, and they start biting away at those calf muscles. Go ahead and give me a with advantage Constitution saving throw, because dwarf.
Let's see.
Is he resistant too, or is just advantage?
Oh god, it's stupid.
Jeez.
He's resistant and has advantage. If you ever wondered what standard PHB race is the best, it is dwarf. Like they get so much stuff. It's crazy. So yeah, you make the save. So you take half and then half again. So instead of taking 16 points of poison, you take 4 points of poison. So you take a total of 9 damage.
Actually, 2 from the piercing because of heavy armor.
Oh, there you go. So you take 6 points of damage.
6 points.
All right.
Are you boys are hungry? I see.
So that brings us to thin in the herd here. Illyria. Not much left to do. There are a handful of snakes left. You could probably finish them off right now.
Okay. T, and I will pull out my short sword.
Gotcha.
Or maybe my
I
hand.
mean, as silly as it sounds, you have crossbow expert, so you can just shoot next to them.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm gonna shoot.
Just hold
next to him.
still, Thogrum.
Let's get close.
Oh
Fortunately, we do not play with critical fumbles.
Thank
But yeah, she fires it, and it is like
bad
being
idea.
shot with a beanbag shotgun at point blank range. So the arrow just thuds into your chest armor, and the snake that she was aiming at just scurries up and hides in your beard. It kind of pokes its little snake head out, looking around like, "Holy shit, she tried to shoot me." And yeah, it does no damage to you, but it's definitely like oof, as you kind of take it like right in the chest.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I would say it is so point blank that the bolt would just sort of like ricochet back, and she sort of elven reflex sort of snatches the bolt out of the air because it didn't even have that far to travel. Yeah.
It's like still on the crossbow.
Yeah, exactly. The crossbow just reloaded itself from the backfire. It was, yeah. All right. Oh man. Thogrum, you are up. You want to finish this for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
use my old spiritual weapon again.
Let's see. Spiritual weapon. Oof, just shy with a 13. Just shy.
Damn it! And then I'll swing with more hammer.
Okay.
Get the hell off.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah. What
no.
snakes are left are now in your pants and in your beard. They are.
No.
Oh my gosh.
They are in it. Yeah, they are in it to win it. Trouser snakes, you might call them. All right. Anything else from Thogrum?
Nope, that's really it.
Okay. Let's see. Spencer is up.
Yes. Spencer is gonna sniff around and
Okay, yeah.
try and.
That's not a steak.
Oh no.
Yeah. All right. So you kind of sniff, and through a series of sniffs, honks, nose butts, licks, and chews, you manage to chase all the snakes out of the pants and the beard and slurp them up noodle shop style. You have defeated the true boss
Yeah.
of the ship.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. Good
All
job.
right. Incredibly clutch hold person for sure.
Yeah.
As I
Yeah,
took those
that
2
was
opportunity
amazing.
attacks, like, oh my gosh. I'm before she's going next. I gotta go. I'll be right back, guys.
All right. Well done, guys.
I think I'll go to the wheel of the ship and try and
Steer it
help
as a
people
spider?
Steer. Yeah. How do you want to handle that, Crash?
Well, there's currently 3 people steering.
Yeah.
And I would say that in spider form, you are not physically qualified for the job. I'm not trying. Yeah, I'm not trying to hate on your disability, but
No,
too many
that's
eyes,
fine.
too many eyes, and too many legs.
I'll
Yeah.
like morph into Toothless, I think.
Okay. We can find you another job at the company, but we really can't let you steer the ship. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
For sure.
We actually have a grant for hiring giant spiders. So we will do our best to reintegrate you into the workforce. All right. So we're going to get rid of Spider, and you turn back to Reggie.
Axel wants to tell Toothless that was horrifying. Can you tell us when you're going to turn into some kind of crazy ass, bizarre creature?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And he like cringes, by the way, when you come up to the wheel as a spider. He's like,
yeah, like it will happen in your dreams. It will be scary, but then you'll get used to it.
Okay.
All right. That being said, you are going to want to keep, probably given your lower level skill checks, and no one having expertise with water vehicles. Nobody has expertise with water vehicles, do they?
I actually do, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Who is that has it? Toothless does?
Thogrum.
Thogrum does? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually do as well.
Okay.
You guys mean you're proficient, right?
Well, I feel like the 2 bards need to go sit this one out. Yeah, how do you have expertise as a druid? That's a good question.
That is...
So it was like a skill that I took. So maybe it's not expertise.
It's your proficient, so yeah. Expertise is double that.
Expertise means you get to add twice your proficiency bonus.
Oh yeah, not
I think Haxel can get that eventually.
Oh yeah, I was like, damn. Okay, I didn't know they were handing expertise out left and right. That's crazy. Yeah.
Definitely.
Haxel could have taken it as a bard, and I believe that's it. Really, yeah. The bards could have taken it, but I don't believe even rogues could do it. So
rogues can expertise level 1. Oh, but it's not a tool they can do. Yeah, you're right.
It's not covered under their expertise list. All right. So, anyways, what I'm saying is, you guys are kind of low level to be steering a ship in this area. So I would probably keep 2 people there so that whoever's making the check, one person doesn't make the check, one person has advantage on the check. I don't know what you want to do with the ship. You do need a crew to actually sail somewhere. Right now, you are basically steering and hoping you don't crash. It is not a good situation. You don't have the sails down. You're basically relying on the rudder to steer you. So it is bad.
Is there an anchor we could throw overboard?
Yeah, you could certainly drop anchor if you'd like.
I think we should.
I don't think we should do that here.
I think we're too close.
Anchor is all the way up front. So that big old star-looking thing, that is the anchor. It's up by the prow of the ship.
We can move a little bit further away, but
I think we should get out of the Kraken's teeth first, before we.
Yeah.
So the thing about getting out of the Kraken's teeth is, without the sail and without a crew to help, with the sails and the rigging and aiming the sails and all that kind of stuff, you really aren't going to be able to get out of here. Like, these stones create unique currents as the natural currents of the ocean try to flow between them. Again, it's an exceptionally dangerous area. So dropping the anchor would probably cut down on your chances of crashing into things. Maybe steer away from the rocks a little bit, and hope for the best, basically. But yeah, for the most part, it's a tough place. As you kind of keep going, there are rocks like this everywhere with very narrow passages between them. This is the kind of area that, if you were a very skilled captain, you would lead pursuers, basically like a Star Wars asteroid field situation. Like you were like, I am better than you. I will escape through this and you will not, kind of thing.
Why don't we drop an anchor and see what's in the ship?
Yeah, see if we can't round up some people to help get this thing out of here.
All right, so we're going to drop anchor. All right, as you drop anchor, the ship does continue to move for a bit as that is happening. So I'm gonna need a check from somebody to make sure you don't crash into a rock.
I'll do it.
Okay, it will be with advantage because there's
I just
700 people trying to steer the ship.
I feel lucky for some reason. The phantasms. He's so happy to see me that it just gives me a little bit of extra joy. Jeez.
Ooh, okay. So lucky, I don't actually have any players that use it. Does that mean you get to re-roll one of the dice on an advantage roll, right? You pick a literal d20 and re-roll it, right? So you re-rolled the 10, essentially? Lucky on advantage. Hold on. I haven't had to look this up in like 5 years. Hold on.
And just saying, if you want survival in the future, maybe a ranger or a druid.
No, she's rolling that because she only has a +1 to her piloting of boats. So that's why she was, and she doesn't actually have it formally added to her character sheet yet. Whenever you make an attack.
I have official navigation tools just you guys.
All right. If you roll with disadvantage and use a luck point, you get to choose which of the 3 dice you roll. So you basically, and same thing with advantage. So you basically toss a 3rd die into the pool when you use a lucky point. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll use.
All right. So you would have had your choice of a 10, a 7, or an 8. Yeah. So I'm gonna say with the difficulty that's going on here, there is gonna be some smash damage to the boat. So there is a grinding, crunching sound as you guys smash into the rocks. The ship is going to take only 12 points of damage, but it kind of careens along the rocks as you kind of keep going. The anchor is still in the process of dropping. Haxel, your background, and anybody that has a ship-related background, so that would also be Thogrim, right? Because you have shipwright?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you guys know that if the anchor actually does drop this close to the rock, you will just continue to slam against the rock as the current batters you against it. So you don't want the anchor to drop. So the only person I see over by the anchor is, it looks like Toothless. So Toothless, give me an athletics check to see if you can stop the anchor from dropping.
Oh, this is gonna be tricky.
I was sort of opposed to the plan of dropping the anchor. Could I have started making my way towards him?
You could have started making your way towards it, yeah, but now the anchor is still plummeting to the ocean floor. There is going to be a sudden chunk and stop, and I guess the best way for us to handle this would be with a fresh initiative, because this ship only has so much HP. So let's go ahead and get some peeps in there. Do you want the surrendered NPCs to roll? They certainly are willing to help because they don't want to die.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. And none of them have been tied up, so they actually do have their hands free, as it were. Let's see. And the 2 people that you mega charmed, they are mega charmed for an hour. So just right, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
We're re-rolling initiative, right?
Yeah, we're doing a fresh initiative because enough time has passed where you guys are like, what do we do? What do we do? We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that, and then like the ship is getting caught in the current and it's being pulled along and it's hit some rocks. So now we're gonna kind of handle all of that. All right.
When we do hit the first time, Haxel's gonna like yell out, "All hands on deck."
Okay, sweet. So that includes Sly Webb up there in the net, so she will also roll into initiative. All right, so let's try this again. Tari, all right, you're up first. You hear the anchor ka-chunk into the sand, and you realize, oh crap. You are right next to these rocks with the anchor there. Basically every time like waves come, they're going to just push you into those rocks again. What are you going to do? And you know what? Let me select the ship itself and roll initiative for it, and that will be basically my cue for moving the ship. I think that works out pretty good. So let me see. Actually, I'll grab your little ship because it's easier for me to get a hold of. All right, so an initiative count 9 is when the ship is going to move in a meaningful way. All right, so Tari, what are you going to do?
I am going to move out of the way of the helm, and I am going to hold my action until there is something useful. I have done enough.
Okay. So you back away from the wheel, and you just kind of you're gonna ready
I'll
a
brace
non-spell
myself
casting
against
action. Okay, I
yeah.
gotcha. All right, and by now Bane would have worn off, so we'll take your concentration off, so you don't have to worry about that. And then you're gonna have a red dot for ready because you're readying a non-spell casting action to assist with whatever they tell you to assist with.
Right.
Alrighty, sounds good. Skull, you're up.
Yeah, just gonna run over.
Yeah, the anchor has dropped, and you, you're like, damn it.
Yeah.
All right, athletics check to start pulling that anchor back up.
This is where I'm gonna flub it.
Okay. 12 is good, but there is a reason that there are so many rungs on there. This is a pretty heavy fucking thing, so a 12 is not enough. You could start the process, and because you have started the process, the next person will have advantage to the process.
I guess I'll also yell at I'll ask her, to come help.
Okay.
I mean, she's probably into it.
All right. Yeah, she like cries out. She's like, "What are you doing? Why would you drop anchor here of all places? Are you crazy?"
That's what I said.
All right. Illyria, you're up.
All right, I'll hear Skull yelling for help, and I will run up, and I'm not very strong, but I will help.
Athletics check. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. So you hear as the chain starts to pull taut, and you realize you are slowly starting to raise that anchor back up. It has pulled loose of the sand at the bottom.
Wasn't it supposed to be at advantage?
Yeah. I mean, 18 was enough, but if she wants to roll again, sure. I mean,
it's the next
step.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You'll never know.
Yeah, I mean, we don't use miracle nat 20s and abysmal nat 1s. So, because rules is written in 5e on a skill check at least, a 1 is just a terrible check, and a 20 is a really great check, but they don't impart any supernatural abilities.
Yeah.
All right. So, Illyria, you begin the process of pulling it up. Those of you who know how this stuff works, you now have a basically long metal chain with a hook on it as you are trying to move your ship around. So it needs to be pulled up, or it could snag on something, which could whip your ship around and cause it to crash into additional things. All right. That brings us to this dude who's below decks. He has been making a call to everybody. Blah, blah, blah. Thagrum, you're up.
So just as we're standing here, are there any wood pieces or anything laying around?
Like wood pieces?
Like just lumber or any type of spare wood laying around?
That is kept below decks. So there's definitely going to be some on the ship for patching hulls and things like that. But up top, where it would possibly slide around, get in the way, fall off the side of the ship, they don't have any up here.
Would there be any I'm just because I have the passive, I'll patch it, or not the passive, but the background trait, I'll patch it, and it says it just requires wood and my carpenter's tools. And
right. Well, the impact of the ship would be below decks. As would the wood for it. So do you want me to move you below decks?
I'll start making my way down there.
Yeah.
All right.
With kind of a happy giddiness that I actually get to the ship again.
All right. Yeah. You head below decks. Let's see. That would bring you right here. And Yeah. So below decks, let's see. Yeah, the guys that made the ship map did an absolutely amazing job. It's gorgeous, but they didn't account for all the necessities. So let me just toss some lumber and stuff in here real quick. Maybe I'll just circle it on the map. Here you go. So yeah, basically secured against the hull. There is spare timber for repairs.
Okay. I'm gonna yell at these two. Give me some wood, or this thing is going down into the old Davy Jones's locker.
Okay. Voodoo, who is, kind of readying in action of sorts. Yeah, he begins handing you wood, and you guys can begin patching up some of the damage that is there.
So it repairs 5 times my proficiency modifier. So
nice.
10 hit points.
All right. So you repair most of the damage that was dealt to it. Well done.
Nice.
And all of these arrows that I'm drawing, I hope you can see them. Yeah, they are doors, just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. And here where you see this grate, it matches up perfectly with the grate that is right above it on the ship. So, cool. All right, that brings us over to Spencer. Yeah, I don't really know what you could do to help, Spencer, but what would you like to do?
I'm gonna call Spencer over and be like, Spencer, bite this and help us turn it around. And he's gonna try and bite and help us.
Okay, yeah, Beast Companion, sure, I'm down for it. Yeah, have him throw in on that with strength check. Yeah, okay. He's happy because he's helping. All right.
He's just bashing his head against the.
Yeah. He's pushing the stick just like the humans do. All right. Cool. So that brings us to the Phantasm. So the Phantasm rushes up to his new captain, and he says, "Hobgoblin lady, well, what can I do to help?"
You tell me. I'm clearly shite at steering ships. What do we do next?
Well, you don't want to be dropping no anchor here, that's for sure. You're gonna want to drop the sail. That's that cloth thingy that's hanging from them stick thingies up there.
All right, do it.
All right. He calls out, "Dropping sail!" And people are like, "Oh shit, we're dropping sail." Okay. And so yeah, he rushes over to God, I can't remember all the parts of the boat. I'm so embarrassed. The part where the rigging is tied up and it's metal. Is that a fair lead? Yeah, I guess he goes to the. I want to say it's a fair lead. I don't know. I think it's a fair lead. So he goes over here and he starts messing with that. And, yeah, I know, but I can memorize it. I get too much in my brain.
Oh gosh!
How dare you?
It's the poop.
Yeah,
whatever.
So yeah, he goes and he starts letting loose the sail a little bit. But this is more than a one-person job. But fortunately, other people are trying to help. All right.
Because I have that action ready. Can you tell me what to do?
Yeah. He shouts at you. Head over there. And start do the same thing that I'm doing.
Okay.
All right, and you, as a bard, this isn't too hard to do. Yeah, so you start kind of mimicking what he's doing, and you see that the sails do start to let go a little bit. There are additional ropes kind of tying them up down here as well. So there's 2 more locations that would need to be manned, essentially.
Can I run down there and do the next one after I've done this one?
We're keeping to initiative for now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, so unfortunately, the ship is still a little close to these rocks, so it is going to take a little bit more damage. The anchor is free, so the ship is going to slowly, it's going to be able to keep moving. It still had the momentum anyways, and essentially this whole time, you've been grinding against these rocks. Yeah. So again, everything's slowed down in initiative, but all this time, it's even with Thagrum below deck repairing, it's been a constant like as the ship drags along these rocks.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Those are supposed to be D8s, but I guess we'll just take it. Hold on. Ships take crazy damage from oh shit. Okay. 40 points of damage. Holy shit.
God.
Yeah. So it grinds against the rocks hard. And Thogrum, down below, you're like kind of, yeah. And they're handing you the wood, and you're like patching the holes, and you're like, tar! And they're like, handing you, painting the tar in there. And you're like, this is incredible. You're like a NASCAR pit crew, 6 seconds, and you're repairing the ship. That's amazing. And as this happens, all of a sudden, another hole appears, and some seawater kind of splashes in. And floods the area a bit. It's not the lowest parts of the ship, so it's not going to take on water. But in that moment, you see bits of rock and debris just kind of come tearing in as this huge tear forms down the side of the ship that you're working on. And it's like those old-timey videos where the guy perfectly makes the cement, and then the dog walks across the wet cement. It's kind of like that. You're just like, I just cleaned this shit up. And so, yeah, the rock just kind of just tears a hole in the side of the ship. Fortunately, these other 2 rocks are gone. So that's fine. But there's more rocks. All right. That brings us to guy down below. He's going to keep assisting with repairs. Toothless up top. You give me an athletics check and keep just pumping that anchor up. At this point, you're no longer anchored to the ground, but the concern here is that it could snag on something because you're basically like dragging it behind you. Now, if you want to leave it down so that once you're in a better place, you could drop it again, that would be really smart. Do you want to do that? Like, do you feel that this area right here is a safe enough place to drop the anchor, or because you also have sails that are being dropped now? You notice, and now if the sails drop, wind's going to become a factor as well. So if you're anchored and there's wind, the ship is going to kind of be playing to the full length of the chain, as it were, possibly just spinning with the wind, possibly just staying where it is. Also, sails are going to be a bit visible compared to not having sails. So if you're concerned about visibility.
Yeah, for sure. So I think Toothless would kind of like take a look around. And I guess he would like to make like a little bit of a check to see if like dropping an anchor would make sense.
Yeah. So this would be, do you have navigation? Or... Yeah, list off your seaman type skills that you might have.
He has a fisherman's skill.
Okay.
With navigation tools.
With navigation tools. So you are proficient in navigation tools?
Yeah.
Okay. So navigation tools go off of intelligence. So you would make an intelligence check with proficiency. So it's a D20 plus 3.
All right. Do that.
I thought you said they went off wisdom.
No. Vehicles goes off of wisdom. Navigation goes off of intelligence, because navigation is you're remembering routes, you're remembering techniques. It's all very logical. Whereas sailing the ship is you're reacting to the currents, you're reacting to the wind, you're reacting to what's happening around you. So that goes more off of your intuition and your wisdom. So two important skills. They work 2 different ways. All right, yeah, so 15. Yeah, you think that if you guys dropped anchor right about there, right in the center, and you made sure that anchor was nice and taut, and you didn't drop the sails anymore, you could probably hang out there for a bit without any problems.
I would certainly relay that to the rest of
them. All right. All you guys have to do on the anchor team is just let go, and the anchor will drop. And you probably want to drop it sooner than later because there's a little bit of delay.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, let's drop it right now.
Okay. All right. So you drop the anchor.
Well, if we're taking out the sails, I'm just like, do we want to get out of the Kraken's teeth? I think we do. We'll just go closer to the house.
Get the hell out of here.
Get the...
Okay, so are you dropping the anchor or not?
I am not dropping the anchor on my turn. We're going.
This is the real chaos of a bunch of people essentially hijacking the ship. You had a great plan for hijacking it, but now you have to steer it. So there's a whole nother thing going on here.
I would let's handle the steering and the sailing like after we actually have like kind of organized the group. So like, why don't we drop the anchor and then 2 turns from now we can kind of go sailing.
We'll go swimming 2 turns from now.
Like who knows how to sail? Who knows how to steer? Like I don't think any of us actually know how to do any of those things.
Well, again, the other thing is a lot of the delays that are happening here is you need to have a certain amount of crew to do what you're doing. Now, you do have this crew that you didn't kill, and they are helping you. So you do feel, Haxel, that you have enough people for the size of the ship that you could probably do this thing.
We could pause for a minute. 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
But we are right at midnight.
Yeah.
So this might be a good time to stop because it would give you this week to decide what to do next in a place named Kraken's Teeth. So
do we know how far we are until we get out of the Kraken's Teeth? Like, can we see like...
Yeah, so the ship was definitely within view of the shore. So they were just kind of positioned just so, like they've done this many, many times before, to sort of signal the shore. And you guys approached, and you did have to sail through a few stones to get there, but it wasn't too bad. Part of the issue now is that you sort of drifted further into them. But to get back to where you need to go, I'll draw an arrow on the map. That is the way you need to go to get back towards the shore, essentially. So you guys, yeah, that would be east, would be that way. So you guys are kind of heading west, because you guys are it would be east because you guys are on the west coast. So yeah, that is the direction you want to go. That big old pinky arrow is where you're trying to go. Cool. All right. I have to say that you did a fantastic job. So very well done, guys. Very impressive.
Thanks.
This is a very I don't want to give you guys compliments because it'll make your head swell up. But this is a very smart group. Like, you guys are very smart. I have some groups that are very caveman, I guess, in their approach to everything. Like, I watched you guys like meet up, like in Discord and just actually plan and discuss. And like, you showed up early tonight and you planned and discussed, and man, to actually see it all work out, to see like the clutch spells not get resisted, and like you had nat 20 on your deception, nat 20 on the persuasion, failed to save against the whole person. It was amazing. It's the kind of thing as a player that your heart is just so relieved because you're just like, oh my God, yes. So it was very fun to watch as a DM and see that sort of pay off for you guys. Because I have seen some of the best laid plans be destroyed by RNGesus. So it was really nice to see everything go smoothly for you. All right. Well, I'm going to get some sleep. I've been up since like 6:30. So I am definitely ready. Yeah, I was dog sitting for my parents. So yeah, Newfoundland and a St. Bernard. So it was kind of like being a warden at Jurassic Park. So came home to my 12-pound pug puppy and was very pleased that she had not grown to be 170 pounds while I was gone. So all right. Great session. Can't wait to see what you guys do next. You technically own a ship now, so that's cool. And for
at least another minute or two.
Thogrum, you're a carpenter. You could probably discern with a related check on one of your future turns just how much abstract hit points the ship is working with, to give you a better idea of just what kind of damage you've got to deal with. So
I'm like Scotty in Star Trek, just running around like crazy.
Absolutely.
Yelling at people.
Whew. All right, cool. All right. Have a great
Thanks,
week,
guys.
everybody.
That was
And
fantastic.
I'll talk to you on
Thank
Discord and
you.
look for XP in the XP channel at some point. I'll update the calendar clock and the XP stuff probably tomorrow night, I'm thinking. So, all right. Night.
All right.
Night.
Ending recording.
Thanks, yeah.
Later.